Hello, welcome to the BYB podcast. That stands for the Backyard Boys.
Backyard Boys.
And tonight we got Geno motherfucking Bisconte back in the hizzy after a long time. It's been so long, buddy. Good to have you back.
It's good to be back. How is everyone?
Well, I'm doing great. I don't know if you've ever met Adam Goldstein before, but here we go.
We've been in the same orbit, so to speak. Am I right? AGTV?
Yep.
In the right orbit. Oh, and we got a
dabbleverse again.
Welcome to the stage, Schmuel Buckman. What the hell you got on your face, dude? Oh, I thought he was in here on blackface. So it's like, what the hell just happened? Schmuel, who's also in the show tonight.
Schmuel Buckman, this fucking zero.
Oh wow! Fireworks right off the bat.
Schmuel Buckman, DeVito is talented.
No, I get to, it's like, I like my zeros, Geno. That's why I like you.
You don't like me. You say mean things to me on Twitter, and it hurts my feelings.
Well, you're in the position you're.
This is going great.
Let's not make it about this tonight. We got
I will tell you, this is your typical Ray DeVito fan, but go on, please.
No. It's good to have you back, man. Of course, you didn't get along too good with Granny, so I know that you didn't really want to be on a show with Granny.
No, it's not that I didn't get. I have to interrupt right there and tell me I'm wrong. I got along great with Granny. Granny's another one the dabbleverse has ruined. I met him in person. He came to Minnesota. I met his wife. We hung out. It was great. And then Granny just starts losing his mind one episode saying, Geno just screams the N-word on stage for shock value, which he knows firsthand is a lie. I believe I've been streaming every Monday with my good friend Larry Bay, who I let in my home. Where's my wallet? And yet these people want to make up these fucking lies, and people in the dabbleverse just run with it. And that's fine by me, but it all blows up in their face. How are things going with Chad and Kevy now that fucking the legend fucking gave me money one time and they're losing their fucking cocks? And did you tell me you saw today? I was texting Chad and he was losing. Would you like to know what I texted Chad?
Yes, I absolutely would love to, because he was a little distracted on MLC today. That's the insight, huh? You were texting him. What were you saying?
Because, and I'm going to ask you before I read these, like Chad knows like when he does I'm going to ask, let me do it in a form of question. I believe when Chad does the TM Zumach stuff, like when I bring it up to him.
Wait, I'm going to stop you right there. It's TMZ Zumach. That's the way he announces it.
But when he goes, right. Zumach's reporting Geno got arrested, and I called him out and said, you need to be embarrassed. And he literally said it to Kevin one time, and we have him on the stream. He's like, Geno hates this. And he goes, everybody hates it. And Chad knows that Kevin has him blocked. He only went back to him fucking because it's captivating. But Kevin has no respect for Chad. I've said this to Chad. Chad sees it. So when he's on the screen now, you see him because it's in his brain. You cannot convince me otherwise that he's sitting there like, what am I doing here? This guy fucking hates me. And then he even tried to get him to say it today. This is what I texted to Chad. I wrote, I woke up to a text from Chad yesterday. How's your boy the legend doing today? Now that he's exposed as a creep sociopath, enjoy your $300 loser. You're going to need it, faggot. Now, I'm going to ask you to. Am I wrong to say that's breaking Chad right there? Like the dummies in Chad's and Kevin's thing will be like, here's $100 to stick it to Geno. Like, I give a fuck. But they did stick it to Chad when he gave me $300. Look at this.
Oh, absolutely, because they all freaked out immediately, and then they went and made a plan with Tracie Jane to get on the show to badmouth him because he turned on them. The turn happened, and it's real, man. It's a real deal. It gets
better because then he writes like, oh wait, he wrote in the same thing. How's your boy the legend doing today? Now that he's exposed as a creep sociopath, Chad Zumach is a creep sociopath, and that is with the state of Florida. Chad has been accused of menacing his ex-girlfriend. Chad got an OVI. You know what an OVI is? That's when you get a DUI and pay a lawyer a shit ton of money, maybe the same one you paid when you stole all those credit cards, to have it reduced to operating a vehicle while intoxicated, and you get less. Chad, everything he's accusing people of, there's a criminal record of him fucking doing. Do you get what?
Yeah, no, he loves doxing people. He was even just going after that Jill Walsh guy very recently. Put up his wife on screen and was fucking with, like, for no reason, just because
that guy, Jill Walsh or the musician.
No, just some nobody comic in Florida. But he went after him like full force just because he had some bad comments about him on Twitter. It's like, grow the fuck up, Chad. You're a piece of shit, dude. The guy that. He's burglarized. He's stolen credit cards. He's not only did he stalk like a girlfriend, but he also stalked his ex buddies from college. He stalked his wife previous to them getting married, and like he's whatever. He's a criminal. He's a career criminal. Career criminals always go back and do more crimes. So I'm only guessing it's only a matter of time. Either he commits a crime or has a falling out with Kevin, falls apart.
Look at the Chargers in their midnight unis. Oh, those are fucking beautiful. And here's the other thing. Like Chad, whenever he talks, and this is another thing that drives him nuts. I'm sorry, in my opinion, when he goes, the blah, blah, blah with the credit card bullshit. And I said, you got one thing right, credit card. The blah, blah, blah is that you stole multiple credit cards, and the bullshit is that you used them 38 times. But he's like, and the bullshit. Chad, you're a fucking criminal. You're a piece of garbage, and fucking Kevin has no respect for you, which is why when I wrote, try to smile, Chad, the fact that you're belittling yourself for Kev's $200, I hope for your sake, while he has you blocked and zero respect for you shows in your face right now. And if you saw it, he's like, well, he's trying to say you have no respect for me. And did you see him going like, now you daddy say you do. And Kevin's like, what? And then I wrote, wow, you did read it. I saw the moment you did. And then I wrote, holy fuck, you just read it on the air, hoping Kev would deny it, huh? He didn't. Oof, I almost feel bad for you here. Almost, my man. And then I wrote, keep mentioning these so I can tease out what they say for my stream, but I'll gladly give them to you. And then he blocked me when I wrote this. You have said absolutely nothing in the past 2 hours of any consequence. Maybe a road crew would be better for you. At least you'd be outside helping people, not shitting on Mike Bichetti, who's an innocent victim of those horse shit. This shit sticks to your soul, Chad. And he's
you don't like the setup for Mike Bichetti on MLC for him just to be like the waterhead, the big waterhead, I might mention.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's fucking hysterical.
I think so.
What was the line today? He goes, I can't even remember what I said to you, Connor. He's like, somebody goes, your mother was in a band called ZZ Bottom, and he goes, your mother's pussy stinks.
No, his comebacks are amazing, man. I love that shit. He's talking about draining. Yeah, I'll drain your mom out of the what was it? Like the fish tank. Yeah, he was like, your mom's feeding the fish tank. He was like, what the fuck is that? What are you even talking about? Fish tank. What the fuck?
Like when he goes, your mother sucks dick under the Holland Tunnel. The Holland Tunnel there's nothing under the Holland Tunnel. It's the earth.
Just his mom. Just his mom. That's the only thing under there. It's the one thing. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously those guys are all got their panties in a bunch for the $300 the legend sent you, and I'm sure the legend's still buddies with Stuttering John. That's not going to change anything over there at the Stuttering John podcast, the Stuttering podcast.
Yeah, I don't get, like, I never fucking asked the legend whatever for anything. I just mentioned him one time, and then he reached out to me. He's like, "So like, what Kevin's been asking me to meet him at the batting cage and stuff." So I'm like, "Show me the stuff." I'm like, "I'll play it. I'll play it on my fucking Gratcast Saturday." Like, I don't care. It seems insane that fucking he would make this stuff up. But regardless, I'll say this about Tracie Jane. I know her. I've spoken with her recently just on text. We used to do shows all the time in Brooklyn with my buddy Tommy Amato, and I think she's great. But here's my question, or I should say, here's what I think. Am I wrong? Like, so what if Legend sent her like pictures? I don't even think they were dick pics, and then just acted insane. Like he said, he fucked her in Florida, and she, whatever. None of that is creepy. It's just hearsay about people having a relationship over the phone. Or am I crazy? And I'm not saying Tracy.
No, I agree 1,000,000%. Yeah, you cannot be a you cannot figure out if someone's a sociopath, abusive, all this other stuff that she said about him, and you guys have never met in person one time. So, like, how the fuck does that work? That all you've ever done is had video calls. Like, so how did you get abused? How do you know he's a sociopath? Why don't you just shut the fuck up and move on like a full-grown adult? Like,
but am I
that's
wrong?
my advice to Tracie Jane.
Am I wrong? In Tracy's defense, like fucking Chad and Kevin, Chad is especially, I like saying it wrong. They're like the fucking Jack Smith going after Trump. They're just making stuff up that's not even really a crime. Yeah, he sent her crazy text messages and sent her fucking pictures of himself. I don't even, and she's like, yeah. And she was even saying like, well, that's when I knew I was dealing with crazy and I needed to get out. That's not where she's saying, oh my God, I'm afraid for my life. Oh my God, he's threatening me. Oh my God, she's like, I'm dealing with a crazy person. I got to get out. And Chad's like, how's it feel? Chad, I'm going to say it again. Blah, blah, blah. Credit card bullshit is not accurate. I stole multiple credit cards and used them repeatedly and was arrested for it. And then Chad says, oh, when it was going on, I was like, I don't know. And Schmuel Buckman's a fucking zero who fucking, I told you, Ray DeVito's a psycho, a terrible comic. He steals jokes. He lies. And you keep fucking enabling him. I love it because he's always going to live in a fucking basement and you're a garbage person. And me and Aaron Berger are friends.
Well, at
least
he wasn't drunk during a set that I paid money to go see. And you rambled on for 45 minutes about black people and free speech and
the blacks.
All that other stuff.
Do you hear this guy? Tell me one of the unbelievable. This is what you get. And thank God, this fucking mushmouth nobody,
me that I'm lying
fucking with zero internet connection, is. Oh my God, the Chargers are kicking off. So again, I'm gonna leave you to decide whether this guy. I went to see you and you were drunk. We were doing a bar show that Chad booked with no fucking sound and knew enough to make sure I headlined because he sucks a giant dick. Don't get up, Schmuel. Unbelievable.
To check the sound. This was your first time in the bar?
Schmuel is Ray DeVito's Sherpa. I don't know, like
it's so funny that
he's his shaman.
Ray has an ounce of talent. I love. Thank God Schmuel isn't like, I think Geno's great and Ray stinks. That would be upsetting to me.
I used to think you were great, man, but you're like, you've decided.
Yeah, but I don't care. Stop it. Stop thinking your opinion matters to me. I never thought you were great. I never thought you mattered. Why? This is what the dabbleverse also does. Thanks for bringing this idiot on. A guy named Schmuel Buckman, who is that real name, that's even worse, literally thinks he's like, I'm going to give my opinion and people will care. No one gives a fuck. And this is what else you do. I can't let people know where I live or anything. You're a nobody.
Can you pipe Schmuel's audio up a little bit? I can't hear him.
All right, talk. I'm going to watch my Chargers.
I didn't mean to talk over you, Geno. I'm just saying, though, the audio levels are a little off. Where's Peter Sky Parker?
Hey, Geno. Geno, if you don't stop swearing, I'm not going to watch anymore.
All right, Chargers are on. Got to run. Anything else?
I mean, whatever. You're going to have to come back on sometime and hang out with us. But other than that, yeah, I get it, man. Go enjoy your game.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Geno.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we'll see you after some point in time here, I'm imagining. But, yeah, where can people find you? What do you got going on, man?
Schmuel has all my stuff. Love.
Schmuel, you have all his stuff. Where can we find all this stuff?
I have no idea.
That was such
Yeah,
a
what's
Chad
up with
move
your,
the way he just left.
I don't think you got your right microphone on, by the way.
All right.
Yeah, I
well,
can't hear
the
you
way-
well.
Hold on.
The way
boys.
you sounded
know,
last night was good. That does not sound like what it was last night.
How does that sound?
Better. It just keep talking. It's hard to tell.
Who knows? Give me 1 second.
No, okay. It's like it's
reverb
echoing,
on
and it
Yeah.
sounds like you're in an empty room. Really bad.
Yeah, I'm in Geno's show where Geno's performing.
In front of 5 people that are all racist and love the N-word, according to everybody that's ever seen him, apparently. I don't know. Yeah. So, were you in some kind of competition, Adam, to not say anything while he was here? I saw you guys.
First of all,
I saw you motherfuckers talking in chat. Don't even try to lie to me.
Geno was really nice. He was a lot nicer than I expected, but there's really no space for you to interject. One, and
He
two,
doesn't breathe. I don't know if you
which
knew
is
this
fine.
about Geno.
Listen, I have severe
He doesn't breathe like
listen,
it.
I have severe ADHD, so I can totally understand that. Like, there's nobody that can relate to that more than me. But I'm just saying, and also he was talking about Chad and Ray stuff. I know nothing about that stuff, so I was happy to just, just.
You don't
listen
know
to
about
that
Chad
stuff.
and Ray, the 2 biggest Cleveland middlers that have ever existed? What do you mean you don't know about them?
I'm just
They're
saying,
the
you
most-
know me. That's not really my wheelhouse. So
wheelhouse. Yeah, I don't even know what your wheelhouse is, man.
Geno was
All
nice
right.
though. Steel Toe and Stuttering John used to be, but more of the Merce stuff, which we never get to. Quad.
Merch.
Tell
Yeah,
me we
we
get
don't-
some Merce shit for
I-
tonight, please.
No, we got some Godfrey if we get to that. But
Okay,
that's
that
the
works.
best we're gonna do. That's the
I like
best.
Godfrey. Okay, all right.
Speaking of racist assholes, yeah, Godfrey. Speaking of which, that's another thing that Chad said on MLC today. He was saying, "Oh yeah, the legend. He hates black people and he hates race mixing and he's anti-gay and blah 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 blah." It was like a lot of shit he was talking today.
Is
so
there any toe on the menu for tonight?
yeah.
Okay,
We got
all right.
toe.
And toe. Okay, all right.
Book of Toe. Yes, Book of Toe.
I figured we were gonna watch some toe with Geno, but he had to go.
Well, so anyway, we scheduled this thing, and then he was like, a couple
that's
hours
cool, he
ago.
came on.
No, a couple hours ago, he was like, "Oh yeah, the Chargers game's on tonight. I forgot, man." I was like, "It's a football game. Who gives
Well, he
a
still
fuck?
came on. That was cool. He was nice.
You bastard! Give me all your time. I deserve all of it because I don't know why. I don't really have a reason."
Geno's always fantastic.
All right, that sounds good, except for you're loud, which let me fix it.
Sorry, buddy.
No, you're good. It's just
Sounds
a little
good on
loud.
my end.
Go ahead and say something.
I switched mics.
Perfect.
It sounds
there
good.
you go.
Alright.
Yeah,
Done
perfect.
deal.
All right. I have
here,
a
this
is-
one-time job that I have
this
to
is
race
from-
home from to get here, and the one night you start on time is the night I'm on. I apologize.
Yeah, I literally never start on time, but since Geno said what he said, I was like, all right, we'll start as close to 5 on the button as we possibly can because that'll give us the extra 5 minutes or whatever. So
The audio
let me
sounds
play
perfect.
this.
The
This is
one
from-
time PSP isn't here.
PSP, Peter Sky
He's not
Parker,
here.
yeah.
What the fuck?
He's not here screaming at us. This is from last show, but I thought it was fine. I looked down and saw that. It's like, this is perfect. If only I would have seen this when Geno was here.
Hype motherfucking train to start the shizzle, all your greasy scoosball Italiano.
You scoosball Italiano. You greasy scoosballs. I love it. Hell yes, we're here for it. So everybody in the chat, you can check out all of our links for Super Tip. What else we got on there? Membership link. What else we got in there? Linktree link. Also, all of the other links that we have are in the description. So if you don't know, now you know, and that's good to know things. The more you know, or what is it? What's the half the battle? What's the G.I. Joe thing? Knowing is half the battle. Stupid.
Yeah,
Stupid.
I wasn't
I'm
allowed to play with G.I. Joe.
Now we know when knowing's half the battle, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I watched
Speaking
Muppet
of loud
Babies.
audio.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. No, I Peter Sky Parker, if he watches this back, he's gonna be sending me hate mail. I have
Where
a
is
feeling.
he? We need him right now. Well, we don't need him. We need him to bear witness to the one moment where the audio on the show is good.
He's gonna
Is that
send
better?
me envelopes
Really
of anthrax headed to my house. I can feel it. I can feel it right now.
Is that better? Or still loud?
No, you're
More
good.
than
You're good.
likely, it's
You're good.
me. So
I think it's fine.
No, everybody's good. Everybody's good. We're all good. Everybody answer the poll question too. We do have a poll question. I think we'll try to end it maybe like an hour in or something along
Yeah,
those
we should
lines.
definitely end it. Oh, I'm
The
sorry. You're
poll
talking
question?
about the poll question. Never mind.
Yeah, not the show. I mean, obviously we should
I'm talking
always
about
end the
ending
show.
it all. You know.
Oh yeah. Let's mass end ourselves indeed.
is that the trip? Is that the trip to Greenland? Is that what we're saying these days?
Belize.
No, we're not. We're not saying that at all.
No. Isn't that the new? I thought that was the new
Offing
way to
ourselves.
say it without saying it.
KYS.
Right. So anyway, the poll question of the night was, who is the biggest legend? The legend, Geno Bisconte, Ray DeVito, and Chad Zumach. The main reason I chose those people because they are all kind of equally on similar levels, I think. I'm guessing. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Me, I honestly still don't know anything about Ray DeVito, and I want to keep it that way.
Ray DeVito. He's kind
Ray's
of
all right.
neato. Your
He seems like a nice guy.
He'll repeato. He's
He's
kind of a
actually a pretty good
pedo.
comic. Yeah, if you see
How
him
would you know
perform, you're like,
Schmuel?
right.
Have you seen him in live? You've seen him live? What's going on?
I
here?
have seen Ray live. And
A lot
he's-
or just what?
no, not a lot. Not a lot. I mean, seen him
Secret
live,
show?
but
Did you ever get to
live
see the
in-
secret show?
I did not. The one
What?
where
Okay.
he ran long.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I mean, I've talked to a bunch of people that were there, and they've all kind of said the similar thing. So, and they give Geno a pass on that one. They were like, no, that place was trying to end it anyway, and it was getting late, and the lady was all annoyed and wanting to cut it off. So, Geno just happened to be the guy that was on stage when they cut the shit off. Of course, that's not as fun as saying Geno got up there and screamed the N-word, or just like Granny says that too. It's like, yeah, I mean, he jumped up there and he said the N-word lots, and he ran off all his fans, and that was it. It was over.
I believe Lemmy said he did the same thing at the 9th anniversary show of Steel Toe.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. When that's what Granny said. He said he walked in there, heard about 4 N-bombs, and then walked out and smoked some cigarettes outside. So something along those lines.
That's the part that with Geno that makes me crazy about why he goes after Ray is that it's not like it was a one-time incident. And Ray has spread all these rumors about him. I mean, Geno's done this a lot in a lot of places.
Right. Now, when I talked to you, Schmuel, you said you didn't have any problems with Geno, but man, you came in hot, buddy. You did seem to have a little bit of an. No, he came at you first. I saw.
He came in.
I saw. Schmuel Buckman is an absolute zero. That's, I believe, how we started this. How we started in on you. That gives you free reign.
Geno is right. Geno is right.
Geno was always right. Geno is always right.
He's
I have that
flat
shirt
right.
somewhere. I have it. The T-shirt says so. It says Geno is always right, so it has to be true, right? You wouldn't have a T-shirt with that on it if it wasn't true.
Have you ever met Rocco, Quadfather?
Mr. Burrow?
Yeah, Mr. Burrow.
No.
He is,
I know
he
they're going to be
he
at
looks
AC. You going to go do that?
he looks exactly like.
Yeah, Geno.
I saw him the morning after Geno performed, and I thought he was a rough-looking Geno. I thought Geno had a really rough night. And
You should don't tell Rocco that shit, man. He's gonna be bummed out that he's the worst looking out of the two, considering we're talking about Geno. That's gonna really break his spirit, man. I wouldn't do it.
he was wearing his "My name is Geno Bisconte, professional comedian" shirt.
Yeah, well, Rocco was right.
Yeah, Rock.
Indeed. All right. This poll. You don't like my poll question? How dare you?
I always ignore the polls.
That's not what I heard, Adam. I heard you love getting polls.
Oh, good one.
The black one.
You smoke pole. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna make worse jokes. Yeah, let's not make worse. Let's make some lemonade out of this lemon that I fucking ran into. Jesus Christ, someone help me out here. Indeed. I don't know. A lot of fun stuff the last few days. I got to talk to the legend quite a bit. I hope he doesn't leave the Dabbleverse. I hope he sticks around because he's been making it fun the last few days. If nothing else, people have had to come out and try to denigrate his spirit. It's very disheartening.
So the legend is really the legend? Is that?
Oh, yeah. I've known this the entire time. I've always said so. It's pretty much confirmed by Tracie Jane in that picture she took of him, which I showed yesterday. I could bring it back up for today if you guys want to see his face. But she showed a screenshot. I got it in the notes down here. I mean, you guys were mostly paying attention to all that stuff, correct?
Who, me?
Mostly.
I'm not paying attention to shit right now.
Either one of you guys.
I'm sorry. Yes. Definitely. I'm paying attention to it. I know everything about it. Please ask me about it.
Followed the whole thing, took notes.
I'm obsessed with it.
Oh, there you go. It's my obsession. Do what you want me to do. There you go.
Looks like every other 55-year-old guy on the planet.
Exactly. So anyway, I mean, fucking the legend told me he took her to Pound Town one time and then dumped her on her ass, and that was that. End of story. So I almost think that maybe this Tracie Jane chick's got a little bit of a jilted lover type situation going on. She might actually just be someone that's very upset she got dropped on her ass. And the main thing he said was that she's old. He was like, yeah, she's old. I don't really care about it. I know he's old, but he's probably got if he calls himself the legend, you can imagine he's probably got a slight ego there somewhere.
It sounds a little boastful. Yeah.
Yeah, the legend. Like, who calls himself the legend? I think it's
Not
hilarious. I
legend.
love it. Yeah, not a legend. See, he should have got. I told him that in the beginning. Like, you should go the legend. THEE.
You gotta have a little ego in this universe because you know what? Humility will get you nowhere.
Yeah, especially as a fucking chatter. Like, who?
Yeah.
You're a chatter trolling like loser, whatever. What level are we talking the Dabbleverse is? Are we talking like A list? No. B list? No. We're talking C, D, E, F, G fucking list people as far as like celebrity and whatnot in the Dabbleverse. So
What the Dabbleverse people? They're like Q.
All of them, yes. Like
They're
who's
like
the best?
Z-list.
Kevin
Z-list.
Brennan, Stuttering John. They're what at best D list.
They were never. Yeah, they were barely D list. I'm not even trying to be mean. I like Kevin and I respect John.
I bet
John's
Kevin and Stuttering John would take a D list.
John's just a lottery winner.
I'm sorry I cut you off for that fucking horrible of a joke.
That's okay.
Right
that's
in the middle of your sentence, I had to say something that stupid. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. No, it's just they were barely on the D list. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
I owe you a recompense for that one, man. I owe you one. What were you gonna say, Schmuel?
Just that John's a lottery winner. He didn't get into stardom through talent or hard work. I mean, Kevin at least took risks. John just got lucky.
Yeah, he fell into Howard Stern as an intern, and he only fell into everything else after that, I'm guessing.
I would think so.
I mean, getting the Tonight Show gig was crazy, though. He didn't deserve that.
I know I bombed. I'm sorry, premium. I'm not premium, obviously.
You guys have a Mike Walker story about John, about how he got the job?
Negative. Go ahead. Tell stories about
It's a little
Stuttering
bit
John. I would
different.
love to hear
Yeah,
this.
so it's a little bit different than
You gotta
what
be
people
high
think.
energy though, because our
It
fucking
doesn't-
chat's already after us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it doesn't sound. No, I don't think John got the. The story has always been that Jay was pissed off at Howard, and this was the way of getting back at him. Mike Walker, the guy who wrote a book about this, the National Enquirer reporter, his thing was Jay had very little to do with hiring John. That it was the producers or executive producers of Tonight Show, and the reason why they hired John is because they thought it would bring over Howard's audience. That was the reason, and that was the main reason. And they kind of pushed John on to Jay Leno.
That would
Not
make sense.
that Jay was, oh, I want to get this guy.
Yeah. Talk about a miscalculation, though. I don't think it worked.
Has it worked with?
Boy, I don't know what he's sitting there pushing buttons and then just popped out all of a sudden. Imagine that. Old guy, another boomer. We got another boomer in our midst, man. I don't know
Boomer
what to
alert.
Boomer.
Yeah, imagine a
why don't
boomer
you-
in the
Why don't you
dabbleverse.
click
Wow.
that X button? What happens if you click the X button? I wonder.
That happens.
Claudia can't believe you have this stroke job Adam on with Fugazi Buckman. Might as well have Bobby the GIK on Hog Warrior Goldstein.
Hog Warrior Goldstein. Hog Warrior. You've been wrestling with hogs lately, Adam? Wait, is that the deal?
I don't know, but the hiring decision is on you, Derek.
I'm very aware of that.
You're the one who's going to have to explain this.
I will. I'm sorry. What is it, guys? Is it the Jewish thing, or is it just the overall ambiance of his room
DEI.
and him in there?
DEI, the first one.
It's a break night on BYB.
We need a sassy black woman to round the group out entirely.
Oh no, you didn't.
Listen to me, Mr. Quad Father, you racist.
Talk to the hand, because the head ain't listening, Adam.
We need somebody. We need someone to push back against the racism on the show, because God knows I'm not going to do it.
I love when black ladies push back against. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that. Husey, welcome back. You got anything to say about our wonderful guest we had on earlier, Geno Bisconte?
Yeah, speaking of sassy black women, at what point are you going to show a montage of Granny's funniest jokes?
I don't know where you could find a montage of such a thing. Here, we got this.
And I really like anuses.
There you go. No, I got two right here, loaded up, ready to go. Here's a montage, folks.
Your cum is in my belly, bitch. Look, I got fucking jizz on my face.
Is that AI?
No, that is not AI.
Interesting. Huh.
What? You're surprised that someone like Granny would say gay ass shit on BYB? What? Wait a minute. You don't know Granny that well, do you?
That doesn't sound like the Granny I know.
You missed the first year of his appearances, apparently, because you don't know Granny like we know Granny. I can tell you that.
I'm more of a fruit.
True. That is true.
That's not AI either?
Yeah. No, see, here's the thing. You're getting fooled by Adam. AI could never be as gay or gayer than Granny is.
I'm trying to be careful. I've been fooled before.
It's just not even a possibility.
I got fooled by that fucking Rachel Maddow thing the other day. I was reposting it like a fucking idiot.
But okay, did you see that Elon, like, he addressed it today? He would be like, this would be interesting. Like, he did retweet it eventually.
But it was believable. But how funny is it that people believed that that's how she reacted? It wasn't too...
Come on, man. You got to believe. You got to have faith.
You're barking up the wrong tree there. Jew.
Well, you guys have faith too, just not in our guy, our winner, the winner. Wait, did he win?
Listen.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did he win? Technically?
Listen,
who knows?
My goal is to destroy and destabilize Western society. Make no joke.
We're
about
aware.
it.
We're aware.
I know you are.
I'll stick with controlling the weather.
Harp. You gonna harp on us?
Harp.
Oh, by the way, Adam Ross is my hog daily while finger popping my stink star raw doggy.
Anonymous. Fucking coward.
Is this true?
How much do we get for that? $2? Please tell me it was more than $2.
$5.
Okay, all right, $5.
No, every single one of those voice tips is $5 minimum.
I'll sell my dignity, but $5 sounds good. $2.
Right. I mean, you are Jewish. You'll pretty much you'll sell your soul to the devil for
anybody else. Anybody else
right?
have anything else they want to say about me? Now's the time. Send those super chats in.
Why do you can't believe you have this stroke job Adam on with Fugazi Buckman? Might as well have Bobby the GIK on Hog Warrior Goldstein.
Oh, by the way, Adam Ross is my hog daily while finger popping my stink star raw doggy.
You're not supposed to play the old ones again. We're supposed to encourage. We need to incentivize people to send more money. Derek, we need to have a conversation off the air.
Here's the thing, Adam. Here's the thing.
So $2.50. We got $2.50 for each one of those reads now.
No, $5 each time. Oh, I see.
You played it again. You're debasing it.
You're counting it like an ad read. What do you think we're fucking?
We gotta run this shit like a business, Derek. Come on.
Yeah, everybody go check out Cheetos Stonies in Rockville and Midland Armory and All-Star Towing.
You hired a Jew for a reason.
Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Rumble Rants, YouTube, Super Chats, everybody, supertips.gg. Yeah. All right. We're doing it. It's happening.
The Jew goal.
Schmuel, I cut you off to do my nonsensical ad read there. What were you about
Did you watch Ray's show last night?
Yes, I watched you, and that's why I wanted to have you on too, because I was so interested by that interaction that I was blown away because I couldn't figure out exactly what the fuck is going on over there in Ray's head mostly.
Well, that's good.
I'm
but
having
Ray
a hard time with that.
Ray will read a super chat 2 or 3 times.
And never read it correctly and fully, ever.
But I'm convinced he doesn't remember he read it before. Like he thinks it's a
new
super
goldfish,
chat.
Literal goldfish. He's like he's a Dory in Finding Nemo. He's like, yeah, I know what you're saying, Schmuel. Oh hey, Schmuel, you're here. Like what? What the fuck? What just happened in the last 3 seconds? You forgot Schmuel was there? What? No, that does seem to be what happened. Patience. But no, that was the best thing is that Liam came on there to fucking to explain why Ray had no idea what you were saying. And you guys talked for an hour in the smallest circle I've ever seen as a discussion. It went on and on and on and on and on about you're just explaining the most obvious thing in the world and he can't get it through your So the whole thing was he didn't want to piss Kevin off, so you couldn't say like anything negative about Kevin. And then his other
about Kevin.
Yeah, I know. You said the name Kevin, and he was like, he's like, no, don't talk about Kevin. No matter what you do, don't talk about Kevin. It was like, Jesus criminy, man. I know I'm a weirdo, Keanu. I know this. You didn't. I would have told you that up front. I am a weirdo. Yeah, so Ray will be in the Dabbleverse. He'll be part of the Dabbleverse. He's okay with the Dabbleverse. He just doesn't want to talk shit about anyone. You turned that into an hour discussion.
And he only wants to talk about the people that he wants to talk about in the Dabbleverse. So
that took an hour of you guys made those points over and over and over for an hour. And then finally Liam came in and was just like, Schmuel, you do understand that Ray is absolutely an idiot. Like just kind of threw that he didn't say it so base like I just did, but that was kind of the point was
based.
what you need to understand is this guy's an idiot and doesn't understand anything. And Ray was like, yeah, Schmuel, I'm an idiot. Yeah, you should understand how stupid I am, and then we can have a better conversation. Like, that makes sense. Yeah.
But you know, I had a conversation with Ray yesterday afternoon at about 5 o'clock, and he told me about Tracie Jane and Tracy calling Norton and his promising me that he was never going to tell a soul about that. And I get on, and the first thing Ray does is say, well, Tracy called Jim Norton. And Jim Norton said, this is what you should do, Tracy. And I was like, Ray, I thought we were never sharing that with anyone.
No, he's sharing it with everybody all the time, forever, like every time. That's the new rule. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, whatever. I had heard, I talked to the legend a million times, like, and he's not what Chad's trying to make him out to be at this point. The guy is not some weirdo that wants to talk on the phone all the time. Like, our conversations, they had a point. And we talked through this stuff. The main reason that I knew that he was the real McCoy right off the bat is because of the knowledge of baseball and other stuff that he. It was obvious, man. It was obvious to me that it was the real guy. So yeah, I don't know why any of these other guys were trying to say he's fake and that he's Vince the lawyer. And anyway, the dude is cool. I'm cool with him.
It's just, it's hard. It's really hard to believe that anybody with half a brain would talk to John for very long on the phone. That's what made me think he was fake.
Right. Yeah. I don't even really know. I think he just likes to be part of the dabbleverse, honestly. And this whole situation might have run him off because now Tracie Jane's come on and said all that stuff about him. Now everyone, maybe he'll think that everybody is going to think he's like some sexual deviant weirdo and probably doesn't want to deal with that. So who knows? That might have ran him off. Nice podcast. Stupid. $2. The Dan Man. Thanks, Dan. Schmuel is the Ray Whisperer. Makes show watchable. Now, I've been watching Dan tweet all over the dabbleverse. I've been seeing him tweet a lot to super chat to Ray Show. And pretty much, no, come on, stop it, guys. He does make a shitload of good points. But I will say absolutely the entire time I was sitting there watching that last night, I was like, Schmuel needs to be Ray's right-hand man. This makes so much sense to have you not only just explaining stuff, but just being there for him. I think you actually are helpful for the guy, even though I don't know if he. Yeah, go ahead.
I know I'm shocked because every time we have a success, every time I go, not every time I go on, but when I'm on and he has a successful show where he's getting a lot of super chats and a lot of feedback, he doesn't talk to me for 3 weeks.
Oh, that's not very nice. I don't know. I have no idea why he would
gets
be
mad.
like that.
He gets mad because he feels like I'm bringing him into the dabbleverse and I'm trying to get him in trouble with Kevin.
Well, I mean, is there a part of you doing that? I don't know.
I don't have. I just think that he's a part of the dabbleverse and he should
Who
be.
are you working for?
He's got to be either in it or out of it. You can't. You decide when you enter the dabbleverse. It decides when you leave.
Yeah, you get sucked into the orbit.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, a lot of that stuff is out of Ray's hands because there's people like Franklin Scheckler that don't let you decide how this is going to go. They're doing stuff, and you're just going to have to fucking deal with it, like all those videos that are out there about him. So when people Google, when I've tested the theory because I was always kind of curious, like what happens when you Google. What happens when you Google Ray DeVito's name? What pops up? And it's a lot of Franklin fucking Scheckler right out of the gate. So if people are like looking up his name, I do get how annoying that could probably be for the guy, but it's like, dude, like you came in here, you fucked around, you might have found out a little bit. So I know he says he's been nice for a long time. And whatever. I mean, what did he do? He yelled at Tracie Jane. He might have yelled at Chad and Mr. Killa. He's yelled at a few people. He's gone off. So what did we call those, rants? The guy's ranted a few times on a few people, made some enemies, made some angry people, especially this. I don't know what his mortal sin was with Franklin Sheckler, but he really pissed that guy off. I think he called him like a sexual creep or deviant. Sounds a lot like this legend shit, except for it's not Ray throwing out those accusations this time. It's everybody else, or excuse me, Tracy. We won't say everybody else. Tracie Jane. Deadpool, $5. The Legend of Icarus. Yeah, last night. I that blows me away. Oh, so he had a philosophy major on today. What was her name? Zoe Levy? No, yeah, Zoe Levy. But yeah, last night Liam was explaining what the Icarus story was because Ray didn't know what Icarus was. You fly too close to the sun. And yeah, that's right. I don't know that.
Clyde, you explained it to us, and half your audience now know what the Legend of Icarus is.
Well, the legend. So they're trying to say that the legend is Icarus. I don't know. Make up your own mind on that. No, I know you guys get it. I'm just saying, like, did the legend fly too close? Why would people think that? Like, he's throwing hundreds of dollars around. Like, I don't know that ingratiated him to all these. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. No, wasn't he Chad's best? Like Chad, not Chad. Wasn't Chad his best friend as long as he was throwing Chad money?
Yeah.
And then the minute
and the second
something happens, he's like, he's a racist. He's this, he's that. So the lesson is, give Chad money and you can be whatever you want.
Yeah. So it's not a case of flew too close to the sun. No, it was like you gave the wrong guy money. So, we've seen this play out before. This isn't a new story. This is a bunch of people getting jealous about who what do we call them? The pay pigs? Like, we've had pay pig battles previously to this. It's not a new thing. Yeah, like who's battled over David Chandler? Who's battled over Mr. Panhandler? Like, those guys they're bound to go to other shows if they get bored and give money to stuff that they enjoy. So what's the big fucking deal, dude? It's pretty simple. Thank you, Deadpool, for the super chat. Appreciate that. The legend. See, I can be like Ray. I'll pull that back up. Yeah, Deadpool, $5. The Legend of Icarus. See what Icarus is. I won't do it.
It's fun being a guest on a show because you're starting to think you're losing your mind.
Oh yeah,
he repeats, and I'm like, wait, didn't we just do this?
All right.
All right, Quad.
No, I was reading this super chat because people were agreeing with B. Smiley the Third. But yeah, I've been on Ray's show enough, Schmuel. I know exactly what you're talking about. You can sit there right next to him and like whatever. You just got to go along with what he's doing and try to be goofy, try to be fun and goofy and just like whatever. I know what you do, but that shit just ends up annoying him. Plus, I think like when I go on there, people kind of tune out because they don't like that I just try to be fun and nice to Ray. They want me to do what you do or Liam does, and I don't do that to him as much. So I think they get really bored with my appearances with him because I'm not like chipping him, and I don't even know if you're doing it on purpose. Like you're just like pointing out the obvious to him, but the obvious annoys Ray. The just pointing out obvious shit.
I'm just trying to help him out.
Yeah, I know, but you do. That's what annoys him is you trying to help him out. Like he's like, I like how I live. I like my lifestyle. I love driving all over the country for no money. I like going on MLC to KB, who hates my fucking guts and thinks I'm a piece of shit and pretty much clowns on me the entire time I'm on his show. I like it, man. It's fine. And you're like, man, you ought to stick up for yourself. You ought to do this. You ought to do that. And he's like, no. And I kind of understand that. Like, he is set in his ways and he's 50 years old. He's not Like, he's not gonna wake up tomorrow and take some of your advice, dude. It's not gonna happen.
I tried to do simple math with him once, explaining that he was spending more in gas and tolls than he was making driving to all these different places for $50.
But
all you have to do is ask Ray to come on, and he wants to come on. He wants to be on stage.
No, he will drive. He'll drive through the fucking 3 feet of snow on an interstate with a tire going flat just so he can do an open mic. So he's willing to do it all just to be on stage. He loves it. And that's fine, man. Whatever. It's his dream.
You gotta kind of respect that in some small way, though. Dedication to, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he loves it. So that's his passion, as they say.
So maybe the success was we got Ray to admit on air that he loves his life.
Yeah, pretty much. His true passion outweighs money, financial, living situation, car situation, all that shit. Even to his own detriment. What did he say today? Like his biggest thing, he's like, I don't really do politics, and I never have gotten anything out of voting for someone except for Obama with Obamacare. It's like, okay, we see where you're at with that stuff and whatever. I don't know who that Zoe Levy guy, I called her a guy. The Zoe Levy chick, dude, we should go look at her Instagram. Talk about shit comedians. Apparently, I'll probably never get her on my show because she is awful comedian. B Smiley the Third, KB. My point is, even aside from the Tracy thing, it's easy to see the legend isn't a mentally stable guy. I mean, a lot of us aren't, but he's especially mentally cracked. B Smiley the Third, I would say to that, I think there's a shitload of trolls around here, and they just like to follow their own path and do things the way they like to do it. And I would say that legend probably falls more into that category than a sociopath piece of shit. Like, I don't even know how you could call someone a sociopath piece of shit if you've never even met him in real life.
Sure you can. Come on. Welcome to the internet, Derek.
Yeah, I talked to him on voice chat.
Call him a sociopath. Call
He's
him
a sociopath.
Whatever you want.
He's an abusive sociopath, even worse.
Yeah.
Like, so none of that shit makes any sense to me, man. I don't know. Nice podcast, stupid. $2. Thank you, sir. Ozone, make yourself useful and buy memberships. Pay pig.
Do it. By the way, thank you, Dan. Thanks for the $2.
Quit being a clown.
I gotta get them pumped up. I'm trying to pump up the energy.
I'll send you to clown college. You can get your MBA in clownology.
They send me to clown college. I'll be running that fucking place.
I mean, Ray has an MBA.
I'll be the king of the clowns.
Look how good that does for him.
Isn't Penn Jillette a graduate of the clown college?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, he went to the Ringling Brothers in Barnum Clown College.
The only clown college I've ever heard of was in Baskets. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a real thing until I'd read his book, and I was, wow, there really is a clown college.
I'm going to be a clown. A clown.
They probably try to indoctrinate you with silly stuff.
I bet they're all mean to each other.
I've heard that. I've heard the clowns are very mean. They're like magicians.
Adam. Wow.
Just a little bit of goss, you know. A little bit of industry talk.
That was a statement of all time, buddy. So what about clown college, Adam? What's the thing about clown college?
No, it's woke.
What do you bet they do?
It's all woke now.
Clown college is woke.
The institutions have lost all credibility now.
Just the thought of that. The clown college is woke now. Clown college is woke.
Future generations will never see midgets crawl out of a small car.
I love to see Charlie Kirk do one of those, or Ben Shapiro do one of those debates like at a clown college. That would get really silly. You know, because Ben Shapiro, he takes himself so seriously.
Well, he is a Jewish feller. You Jewish fellers.
Oh, it's always got to come back to that.
Yeah.
Why
course,
can't he
man.
just be a
Of course.
smart, successful guy?
He's Jewish too, though, right? I mean, we can admit that. We can say that. We can admit it to ourselves and just move on, right, Adam?
Yeah, sure. There's nothing wrong with that, though, right?
Did you say so? Deadpool, $10. You don't see that's the exact correlation. The more known, closer, the more some people, son, turn on you. Unless it's true, then fuck them. Then fuck him. You don't see that's the exact correlation. The more known, closer, the more some people, son, some people on you. I mean, okay, I mean, you're right, Deadpool. I mean, so yeah, the only people that he was trying to impress, for the most part, it wasn't 100% though. Like the legend was over here. He seemed to be a big fan of Granny, so like every time Granny would be on, he'd be over here fucking with him. So I don't know that it's 100% correlation. That's I will say that for the most part though, indeed, the legend was trying to get heat from the bigger shows. So that I can admit. B Smiley the Third, I don't think that you're 100% right either, man. Like, I really don't think that that's an exact correlation that you could talk to someone on a voice chat. From what I understand, Tracy seems kind of like the jilted lover. I don't know. How many 50-something-year-old women that look like her aren't like married and locked down? So she was saying like how he has all these fucking red flags. I looked at Tracie Jane. I was like, ex-stripper, ex-dancer, not married, no kids. It's like, yeah, those are fucking red flags in a based homie like my fucking mind. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, you look at a lady like Tracie Jane and that shit doesn't pop out in your mind? You don't go like, no kids, 50 years old, and all she cares about is getting on a cheerleading team? What? She wants to be a 50-year-old cheerleader? What?
She just seemed to me like somebody who never grew up. Like wants to be a kid, yeah, absolutely.
I feel like that's common. That's common. I know a lot of 50-year-olds. I know a lot of 50-year-olds that don't have their shit together. It's common. Too common.
Geno, but
she's got
those, I'm not a for
do it.
She's got those huge boobs.
Now she does. In the Wolf of Wall Street, they were not nearly as big as they are now. Yeah, that's another thing is what's with all these 50-year-old women? Like, she's a very good-looking, in-shape lady. Like, I'm not going to say anything negative about her looks.
Lady!
Hey, ladies!
We love woman girls over here.
I'll send Keanu a link. I ain't a third.
Do it. Get her on here. I promise I won't play Mario. I will pay attention to her. I will listen to whatever she has to say. I like Kiki. I have no problem with her.
All right. And I'm getting messages. Let's see. All right. I mean, I got to keep up with this stuff because if we're going to do the TM Zumach stuff, man. Oh, okay. No, I'm just getting praised.
No toe?
I'm getting praised for not adding Chad Zumach into a thread. So there you go. I'm doing it properly. What do you know? No, I mean, Keanu's got to be just as big of a fan of the San Diego Chargers at this point as Geno is, right? I would assume.
Well, Geno yelling in the background.
Send her the link. Have her on.
I did send her the link, though. I know that's trouble. She's a troublemaker, that Keanu. All right. We're going to close that out. Yeah, I better not be showing this shit. Jesus, that would be horrible. My private correspondence with all these famous people like Geno Bisconte, Keanu Thompson.
Look at you
I'll send
name
you
dropping.
KB, are you serious? I'm sending you the
Send
link.
her the link.
Bring
Do it. Send them all the link.
Just-
Post it in the,
what happened
post it
here?
in the chat and turn this into like a Discord show where everybody.
Yeah, how did this become? How did this become the send everybody a link show?
Dude,
What
these
happened?
fuckers in the chat will run circles around me tonight. Are you kidding me? Send them the link. Just post it.
Well, I think everybody in the chat would run circles around you every night, so I don't really think
Didn't
that's
this
a thing.
start-
Especially.
Oh, I'm
didn't
sorry,
BYB
that came
start-
off wrong.
Didn't BYB start as like 7 or 9 people on a show?
Probably.
I mean, on a regular basis, no, but like
You want me to post the link in the chat? I'll do it.
I already sent it to her, man.
No, send it
Good.
and post it to the chat. Let everybody fucking come in.
Oh no.
No, you
I
know
don't
what?
know who taught you how to podcast, but we don't do such things. That's very
It would be-
uncalled for.
I mean, we'll lose the YouTube channel, but it'll be interesting for about 5 minutes.
So yeah, when we first started, we were kind of like the compound media wrap-up show, if you want to say something along those lines. We were all just big fans of Compound. That's how it started. I would say that on a regular basis, there was probably like 3 or 4 people on a show. But the second that someone, whatever, like Geno or any of those people would come on the podcast, then everybody would show up, all 7 or 8 of them. Yes. So that's kind of how it's always gone, though. That's why I'm surprised that Granny wasn't here chomping at the bit to get in here with Geno tonight. He didn't
Yeah, for real.
He must not have even known. That's all I could guess. Check the poll. Do you want me to check the poll? I'll check it. Oh, are you telling me it's an hour? My hour's up. Colt C's watching. Did you set a fucking timer where Colt C heard me say like, oh, we'll check it after the first hour. He's like, Alexa, set a poll, set a timer for 1 hour. Oops. Wait, what was that?
So they want me to post it. That's what they're
Prawn
saying.
bomb? Oh,
I'm
prawn
doing it. I'm posting it, Quad. I'm posting it now.
Oh, yeah.
And
Where?
posted. Did it. It's
Damn,
gonna
look
take
at
a
that.
second to show up, but I
Hey,
posted it.
premium. If you know, you know, bro. I mean, that's real. If you know, you know. If you see the little Quad around, just say hi to him. Maybe he'll pop up and say hi to you. You never know. All right, I sent out the link.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I sent out the link to everybody and their dogs, so we'll see what happens. We're fishing for guests.
You don't have to let them on stage if you don't know who they are, but
No, I mean,
let the good ones on. I trust them.
I only sent it to the good ones, allegedly, like Keanu Thompson.
She's a
the
good
good
egg.
ones. She's a
What
raw
about Joey
egg. What?
C?
He's in the hospital, man. I would send it to him just to say hi. If you promise not to try to kill him, Schmuel, you're the last guy that crossed his path and probably made him feel bad about himself.
He's my friend. He's my friend now.
Is that real, or are you fucking with
Yeah,
me?
he sends me lovely. If I could read it, yeah, he sends me lovely DMs on Twitter thanking me.
This doesn't sound real. I don't know if I can
It's
trust
true.
you, man.
Well,
You said it with a smile.
I had a 2.5-hour show with him the other night, where I got to ask him a bunch of questions that I've wanted to know the answer to.
Yeah. You're showing signs of indications of deception. If you know, you know what that is. All right. Well, I was gonna. Where were we gonna go with this? Yeah, KB's got it. KB used to come on here all the time back in the day.
Met KB at Pottstown and Hackamania, a lovely woman.
Yeah, you might. Here, I got a picture of her. You might recognize her. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Yeah, do you recognize KB?
What? Look familiar. They look very familiar.
Yeah. Shout out to KB and all the women just like her. Keep the rockin' world going round. Is that like Adam's joke the other night? Are you the one that called KB a fat ass? You prick.
What, me?
Yeah, I think you called her.
No,
a
I
fat
didn't.
ass.
I would never say that.
You said she was a fat ass. I
No, I
remember.
didn't. I would have to. There would have to be a reason. I would have to be extremely angry. I don't recall ever having a problem with KB. I'd have to be really mad to start talking like that.
And of course, to
KB
clarify,
universally loved.
yeah, we're talking about the B. Oh shit!
The KB.
We're
Oh,
about
shit,
to get
what?
porn bombed, folks. We're getting
Uh-oh.
porn bombed. This is not good. Welcome to the stage, Spider Alamar. Welcome from representative from Catalano TV over there. Welcome. Welcome, Spider. Spider, can you give us an update on Joey C?
Thought you said I was all right, Spider.
Spider. Yeah, Spider, you got to take the headphones out so you can hear us. Spider, you look confused, buddy. How are you doing, man? Spider, were you interested finding out that indeed you work at Amazon and now Stuttering John works at Amazon? Was that a shock to you to find out that you are his equal? Spider, you gotta speak up, man. I know you're a man of few words, but if you could do just give us something, man. Come on.
I like this.
You
guy.
are, yeah. I mean, this guy's super entertaining, but absolutely.
He's contributing more to the fucking show than I am.
Yeah. Well, Spider, if you do by chance see Joey C around, would you tell him that we're especially Schmuel, we're praying for him. We're praying for a speedy recovery so that he can get back in action and start arguing with Schmuel again at some point. We're looking forward to that. What say you, Spider?
I like this guy.
It's good. Got a stage presence. It's unbelievable.
At some point, maybe you could just watch this back, Spider, and maybe you can give us a response on Twitter or something. Tag us in a tweet, something. Yeah, Johnny Chopsticks gets it. He's nagging us. Yeah, why are you big timing us? Big timing us, bro. What's up? Speaking of big timing,
Ooh, this is going great.
Big timing us.
I think this is the best show we've ever done.
Why? Because
Right
Geno
up
was
there
here?
with the top.
Every show Geno's come on has been the best. But yeah, we wish you adieu. Thank you for coming on, Mr. Commissioner. We do appreciate that. Salute is right. Mm-hmm.
That was good. That was interesting.
Yeah, always good with Spider. Very interesting fellow, has a lot to say. But yeah, so big timing, big leaguing, might people say. Have you ever heard of this term, getting big league?
Ugh. Oh, I hope I'm not getting sick.
I hope you are getting sick.
I normally would mute myself when I sneeze, but I just thought, what the fuck? I'll just sneeze.
You burp.
I'll sneeze on mine.
You're making all kinds of noises the whole show all the time. Wait a minute.
Ruining this fucking podcast.
Yeah, you're bringing us down. You can't bring us down. You can't bring us down.
Divide us.
But yeah, speaking of the big timing thing, I did hear a little rumor that Nails, Lenny Dykstra, is asking for $1,000 to go on MLC podcast. But apparently the legend did reach out to Nails recently and is trying to get Nails on Stuttering John show. Lenny Dykstra, of course, he went on X to embarrass the legend. Did you guys catch this shit?
Nope.
Sorry, I saw this one.
Don't get so excited. But yeah, Lenny Dykstra, who obviously is a fucking legend, the real legend. Let's read this.
Lenny's my favorite tweet of Lenny's ever was when he lost his dentures after having a Jersey Mike sub, and he he threw the wrapper in the dumpster and his teeth were with
Right.
him.
Right. Yeah, so he crawled in there. I can't remember the rest of the story, but so what do you know about this story that apparently he had all his teeth knocked out in prisons because he was sucking so much dick? Did you ever hear that story? That they broke his teeth out so that he could give better head in prison?
No, I have not.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
But
I don't
Lenny is
know.
very much like Stuttering John. It's the world against Lenny. Lenny never did anything wrong.
Yeah, and he's a fucking psycho. But we all love him for it. Plus, he's base, so it's hilarious.
But Lenny was getting $250 to go to dinner with people. It was
Right,
charging
but that was
$250 and a
more.
whole-
That was at a point
Right.
where he was way more desperate. You know what I mean? Like something tells me he's doing a little better now, financially. I can't confirm that. I just assume that that's the case.
Am
but
I
yeah,
wrong
so
in that? Didn't Lenny do KB show once?
Yes, last year, maybe maybe like a year and a half ago. It's been a while. Yeah, because it was springtime 2023. I remember hearing him on there. Yes. I can remember where I listened to that podcast. That's very specific in my mind.
I feel like Lenny's more famous now because his son is married to Meadow Soprano than his baseball career.
Probably. No. You don't get a bigger name than Lenny Dykstra in baseball, man. Everybody knows Lenny. But yeah, it's been a minute. It's been 30 years, so I guess. Same with Legend, right? They both haven't done anything in a while, so whatever. So anyway, this is Lenny Dykstra. So my hardcore liberal friend, Stuttering John, offered me $250 to come on his podcast. Nails Nation, I need your help here. I'm a little slow since the stroke, but I'm praying one of you can help teach me how to say fuck you in stutter. Nails out. Sounds like big black out.
The black one.
And down below, people say he has a podcast, such a fucking leftover wannabe. Dykstra says, LOL, he thinks because I've done favors in the past and that he's been able to get former players with 12 followers that he has a handle on cost. That almost sounds like something Kevin would say, right?
Kevin would just split the super chats with him.
Right. No, I mean, I sounds like Kevin was willing to give him $1,000, so I don't know. And of course, this one is in direct talks with the legend. So Lenny Dykstra says, Stuttering John, chief negotiator, who decided to block me after I declined the $250 disrespectful offer. My man used a Google app number, which causes a 5 million hour delay in communication. And that is true of Google phone numbers, the Google Voice phone numbers. When you Google Voice chat with someone, it takes forever for that shit to come through. I don't know if you guys have dealt with that.
I used to have that. All I would get was just death threats.
Well deserved, I'm sure, actually, knowing
Fair.
you.
Fair.
Fair.
Nobody's ever made good on them, unfortunately.
So anyway, Lenny Dykstra, he's out there saying, I'm more of a legend, motherfucker. And Nails. Yeah, Nails is a psycho. I don't know. What else can you say about that? I remembered a bunch of his stories about traveling the world and doing cocaine with hookers and everything else. And good times. Funny shit. Especially from that interview you're talking about. Because, Kevin Brennan is actually good at interviewing people.
Agreed.
Yeah, like he's very very good. And I don't even think he comes up with questions before shows. Like, do you think he does? Do you think someone like Kevin Brennan does research?
I can't imagine.
No.
No.
If he did, he probably wouldn't have half the people he has on.
Right? Yeah, fuck research. There's time for that shit.
Me,
Going cold.
I have time.
Just going cold like I do. Do a
I
podcast
have-
where you don't know anything about the shit that's being talked about and just go, yes, yes.
Yeah. So, Adam, what do you think about MLC as of late?
Oh, I think it's terrible. I hate Kevin Brennan. He's a terrible person.
It's
What is he thinking?
terrible.
He's
It's
out of his
terrible.
fucking mind, right? He's crazy, that guy.
It's terrible.
He's limited.
Hot takes.
He's limited himself. He's alienated everybody. I mean, that guy, he's very abrasive. Who does he think he is? Buster Brown?
Beloved chatter is on to something here, and this is the absolute correct thing. People send KB research. He is always open to suggestions. Exactly.
So Kevin, he's learning.
No, I don't know. Well, I don't know that Kevin's whatever. He probably reads every little thing that people send him. I
He's
know
getting
that's probably
smarter.
true.
And his super chatters usually have questions that'll lead Kevin to places. So his research is done live while we're watching.
Right. Yeah, because they'll just ask a million questions themselves of everything they know about the guest. The other guy trolling Kevin Brennan, Pat Dixon, our other buddy. We're not just buddies with Geno Bisconte. We're buddies with Pat Dixon over here, right, guys?
We're friends with everybody.
We're sitting on the fence, motherfuckers.
Otherwise known as pussies.
Fence sitters.
I've
Oh,
been
how
Team
dare
Dixon for a
you!
long time.
I know. Yeah, that was the thing back in the day, 50-50, whether you went Team Dixon or Team Bisconte, right? That was the breakdown of it. But yes, Flat Cat Jessica, the lovely Flat Cat Jessica, who sent me a lovely shirt, which I'll be wearing all the time now. Flat Cat, I love Kevin. Oh, why don't you kiss his ass then?
Me too. I love him. Wonderful guy.
Anyway, Jessica, I did just notice that you haven't been here since the beginning today. Jessica.
It's my fault.
Where were you, Jessica Flat Cat?
It's going on your permanent record, Jessica.
Where were you, Jessica? Right when we needed you the most.
Fair weather Jessica.
Yeah, that's what we're going to call her.
I'm lucky enough to get to see Kevin Brennan ride his bicycle with his yellow helmet and pink shoes rather frequently.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know. You're in Manhattan, huh? All right, I guess you're close to the Holland Tunnel where
Ooh,
you
the Big
can
Apple?
have sex with Mike Bichetti's mom under there.
New York City.
What did you say
I
you
just came
see?
through the Holland Tunnel.
What did you say
Is
you
exactly
see?
what you see. That is what you say.
Oh, he's
But,
such a cool guy.
It's
He's
a
funny
yellow
though.
helmet, pink shoes.
When I see him riding on his bike down Washington Street, which is the main street in Hoboken, he goes very slow and he looks and he observes everything that's going on. Like he reminds me of a little old lady on a bicycle.
Safety is important.
I think he's just more nosy.
Like, what do you mean? He's checking your shit out or what?
No. He doesn't know who I am. He'll ride the bike and he goes. I watched him. He goes down Washington Street and he goes slow and he looks at all the stores and he looks at the people. He's like very observant.
Oh, that's
He
nice.
looks
That
at
sounds
the
like a nice
people.
bike ride.
Say that again, Dirk.
He looks at all the.
Yes, definitely. Not that there are many of them.
Oh, okay. So you guys are in a primarily white neighborhood. So I bet his wife and kids feel out of place there, huh?
Well, he's in Jersey City. They're a little more diverse than we are.
Oh, so I mean,
But I just
I know.
Well, I guess everybody knows it.
I know Kevin's house must be like a petting zoo inside there, right?
No, it's actually, it's really quite beautiful.
The view from there must be amazing, right? View of Manhattan.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if
nice.
he's on the right side of the building, but he's in one of those doorman buildings. It's a nice place.
The view? You mean like Whoopi Goldberg? It's like the view in his house.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg's hot. Totally would.
So's KB's wife, I hear. That's what I keep hearing. At least that's rumors that I hear.
I have a thing for old, bitter black women
The blacks.
with a chip
Like
on their
Kevin's
shoulder.
wife?
Oh, that is so hot.
Actually, I mean, speaking of which, good segue, Adam, into all of this controversial conversation we're having here. But indeed, once again, we will go look at the X. We'll look at Twitter and see what we can find on there. See if there's anything interesting. Oh, look at this. Pat Dixon just put out something today. Kind of interesting. I don't know.
Well, that's
Maybe
good. That's subtle.
Maybe we should watch this. I don't know. Maybe this kind of coincides with what we were just talking about. KB is a bitch. Huh, this looks interesting. Let's watch it.
Hey, well, here we are. I'm Kevin, and I'm marrying an ape. Let me tell you, folks, this is not where I saw my life going when I started trying to outdo my successful younger brother. But then again, I also didn't think I'd be single for 12 years. So here we are. Darling,
At
when
least
we
he's
first met,
happy.
I thought, no way. She's too good for me. And then I thought, wait, that's an actual ape. This is a zoo. But you climbed your way into my heart. And yes, I mean that literally because you broke out of your enclosure and flung a banana at me. I love you because you accept me for who I am. A pink, balding man, failed comedian, and a thin-skinned, paranoid schizophrenic. And I accept you for who you are. A 300-pound silverback who could easily snap me like a twig, but instead chooses to hold my hand. You've taught me patience, mostly because it takes an hour to peel you off the ceiling when someone brings out the cake. You've taught me understare, society, understand, one dengi songer earring, especially when it comes to sharing my living room with a tire swing. And most importantly, you've taught me that love isn't about species or social norms. It's about finding someone who makes you laugh, even when they're throwing their own feces at your enemies. So today, I vow to love you, to cherish you, and to buy bananas in bulk until the end of our days. I promise to be your rock, your steady branch, your human in this wild jungle of life.
You're human.
And in case you're wondering, no, I don't care what people think. I don't care what my parents said, what the tabloids will say, or what the animal rights activists are chanting outside. You're my ape, and I'm your man. I love you, babe. And I'm sorry in advance for the honeymoon. There's no jungle, but I did book a suite with monkey bars. Mazel tov. Well,
yeah. You're my ape and I'm your man. I mean,
So his wife is black?
no, wow, like what would you make? What would make you think that? My mommy is.
I don't understand. That's funny, but I don't understand what the point he was trying to make is.
Yeah, it right over my head. I totally don't get it. I mean, yeah, they're. That's horrible. All right. Yeah, never laugh at racial humor, people. It's totally unacceptable, and I don't think it's good.
I feel like a hypocrite laughing at that. I've fucked black women before. Surprise.
Well, this is more interspecies humor.
Exactly. It's not even nothing to do with race whatsoever, Adam. I don't think you're understanding.
I think
what's
Pat's
going on
great.
here.
I love it. I think it's great. It made me chuckle.
Did you see him get Stuttering John the other morning?
What happened?
Stuttering had him on before he did the politics show.
No, I didn't.
Oh, SJ is
He did the same thing right in
telling-
front of us. Yeah, we showed that yesterday. I actually have a little clip of that if you wanted to watch it.
the interspecies. Barrage
Yeah,
and
yeah.
John like
I can't, you can't say that on there. Yeah, I can't endorse that. And then he said some more shit. Yeah, it was funny. I do indeed have that. I can pull it up here in a second. Talks amongst yourselves.
How you doing, Schmuel?
Oh, God,
I'm good. Adam,
that's
I
your fucking
followed you
question.
today on Twitter, so there you go.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll follow you back.
How exciting was that?
I could use the numbers.
That's possibly the worst thing you could have said is like, hey, how's it going? After you've been on a show with him for an hour and a half. Hey, guy that I've been sitting here next to for an hour and a half. How's it going? What?
Come on, you know what to expect from me,
I'm a little
Derek.
intimidated in the presence of you two, so.
Yeah.
Why?
A couple of podcasting gods.
We're a couple retards, literally.
where it all happens.
Literal retards. Actual retards.
It's okay.
We're
You're
actually
You're
retards.
walking into the lion's den, Schmuel. You're doing really good.
Thanks. That's like what my mom said after I failed at school.
My mom said, Jesus Christ, this conversation is getting
My mama
worse by
said-
the second. What the fuck is going on here?
I quote my mom a lot, personally.
My mom. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like gone
Yeah,
after.
Yeah, I met your mom too. I met her under the Holland Tunnel and we had sex and stuff. What do you think of that?
And 87 dicks fell out of our ass.
Thank you. Yeah, Schmuel does get it. He understands me and his mom. No, we won't make mom jokes here. That's very untoward. And
Stay away
uncalled
from the
for.
families.
Yeah, don't you coming after my family?
Kids.
They came from my kids. They came from my tranny.
If you're gonna go after somebody's family, go after their kids.
They came after my son with They came after my son with a vagina. Oh wait, I mean my daughter with a penis. Wait, I always get confused. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck Stuttering John's kids.
Literally?
I will talk about
Put
them.
your
all
penis inside
I
of them?
want.
All of them, or just the one?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Which one?
It does seem interesting, though, that the kids that have done the best in that family are the ones that grew up after John left.
I thought you were going to say the ones with penises. Fake or not, either way. Nothing? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
No.
Quad. I agree with you, Quad. Yes.
No. All right, yeah, so this is Patty Dixon. Very unlike Patty Melt. Okay, yeah, this is from the political show yesterday. And let me just check this real quick so I can rip on this guy. Yes, okay, smooth, this guy. Good job clipping a fucking video. You suck at doing videos, dude. Could you have made it any smaller by chance? I shouldn't even be showing it. It's embarrassing.
I've gone after Brennan's kid, if you want to say that. You know, I mean, like gone after. I mean, I've made fun of him for being,
as you should.
But his kids are like half ape. You know what I mean? And like,
well, I don't condone that at all.
All right, you know, I mean, but I don't either. I don't think people should be doing that. I mean, when you start mixing species, you know, this is a whole different ballgame.
No. Pat, stop. Please don't go there.
I mean, I've gone after.
No. Is that part of his stutter? No. That sounds a little bit like a stutter, didn't it?
He's about to say the N-word. Uh-oh.
Nitwit. I mean, we might as well make this entire fucking show about Twitter. What do you guys think? Is Twitter the most enjoyable thing we got going in our lives right now? Kind of is. Yeah, Steel Toe. We got Steel Toe. We'll get into it. I just
Twitter's the only source of news you can really rely on. Ironically.
Yeah, if you guys want to throw bananas, tomatoes, whatever, throw them at fucking Adam immediately. Please do.
Whatever. I'm too stoned to care.
Too stoned.
Throw with me.
That could be your rap
me
name.
what you will.
That could be your rap name. Too stoned.
Yeah, with the number 2.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Tupac.
It's got to be the number. 2 stone, and the S has to be a money sign, right?
I mean, I gotta find some way to get through this fucking. I gotta slog through this podcast somehow, right?
And not only that, you got to slog through the holidays because you don't get to celebrate anything because you're Jewish.
Sure, I do. I love Christmas.
Dreidel, 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 dreidel.
I celebrate both.
That's 11 nights of gifts.
Yeah.
Or is it 9?
2 holidays.
Jewish gifts, though. Like
9 days.
Your family's obviously stingy as fuck, so you get like what? Werther's Originals from the candy dish, like wrapped up in a like, how does that work?
In addition to the Christmas presents I get. So it's just gravy. And it gets played
You get gravy as a present? Wow, that's impressive. It's just gravy.
Aren't you jealous?
I am a fan of gravy.
You don't get gravy,
won't lie. I won't lie. I mean, yeah,
No
if I got like
gravy for
biscuits and gravy for Christmas, I could deal with it. That sounds fine.
You make your like in your pants, Derek.
Hey, what are you guys at a time? Jesus Christ. Don't you know the rule of podcasting? One at a time. Go ahead.
Don't you get a bank statement at the end of the year? This is your fund for your future.
Oh no, he got a bar mitzvah when he was like a teenage boy. I don't think he gets two of them. You didn't even get a bar mitzvah?
No.
What's the point of being Jewish if you don't get that?
I'm a half Jew. I get to be a Jew for all the bad things. I don't get any of the money or any of the success. I just get shit. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Mazel.
So no bar mitzvah?
No. Just made fun of for my whole life. Middle school and the internet. But it's okay.
And your mom, so it's your dad that's the Jewish one, I would
Yes.
assume by the last name.
Correct.
So even the Jews shun you.
I'm being exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so someone just sent me a note saying, indeed, they've tried to get Lenny Dykstra on his show also. And also, Dykstra wanted $1,000 to go on his show. So that is the going rate to get the nails on their show is $1,000. But that's what it costs to get a true legend, a real legend, not a wannabe knockoff legend like our legend. I'm sorry, legend, if you're here. I was just joking. Just busting your chops, man. Nothing against you. You know I'm a big fan. And I am a big fan of the legend. Like I said, I've talked to him a bunch of times. I think he's a cool guy.
He sounds pretty legendary to me.
He's a legend in my mind. I like the guy. That's how I rate people. If I like you or I think you're a piece of fucking shit, it's one or the other. There is no in between, right, Adam? You're on the fucking edge. You better answer.
I agree
this
with
correctly.
you. Whatever you said, whatever you just said, I agree with it.
Perfect.
Totally.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, I like Adam. Adam's a good guy. He says all the right things in the right situations.
Yes. Whoever you hate, I also hate them.
So we hate Kevin Brennan. Perfect.
Yes.
I love it.
Hate him. I hope he dies.
Good. Yes. Yes. Kevin, you hear that? My boy Adam signed off on some shit. Seriously. Do not dox him, whatever you do, like you do with everyone else that fucks with you. Just like Stuttering John.
I like Kevin Brennan. I just hope he dies. That's all.
Someday, not now, of course. Someday.
I like Kevin Brennan a lot, but the only thing I want to do is ruin. I just want to ruin his life.
I like him a lot. Yeah, Star Mountain's got a point here, man. Yeah, Death Wish, great movie, but I don't know if it's something you should be putting on people's head.
I hate him.
Sounds kind of like a fatwa.
I hope
is
he
this
dies.
a fatwa you're doing?
Listen to me. I hope he dies, and I want to dox his kids.
You want to dock with his kid?
Yes, that too.
He's underage.
All the terrible things. Whatever the worst possible terrible
his
things.
Monkey Boy's
I'm going to
underage,
do it.
though, Adam.
I hate them. I hate him, and I hate his kids.
KB coming in with the win. You're going to Jew hell.
There is no Jew hell. There is no such thing as hell. Your soul,
If there is, you're
when
going
you're a
to
Jew,
it.
your soul goes to a processing center. It gets cleansed, and then you eventually go to heaven. There is no hell for being a Jew.
Yeah, we heard about those camps. We know. Don't get fired up.
Just a little cleaning. It's
a
like
place
going
without coupons.
It's just like you go to the dry cleaners, you get your soul cleaned, and then you go to heaven.
Dry cleaners. Is that what they tell you? Is that what all your children's stories are filled with? God, I forgot what we were doing here. Jesus Christ, this is very distracting having conversations.
Yeah, imagine that.
I love it.
Imagine Quad getting off track.
Imagine that. The MLC podcast, they're both dead now, at least comedically. And of course, we're talking about Kevin Brennan's favorite two guys, Geno Bisconte and Anthony Cumia. Why? Why you gotta be like that? I don't know what the deal is, man. I like how much I just like how much time Kevin Brennan gives to all these people he hates on Twitter. I think it's funny. Do you guys find his Twitter hilarious? You're not gonna like this though, Adam. Trust me.
Uh-oh. Anti-Semite? They don't like Semites?
Yeah, well, we're not anti-Semite, we're anti-termite. Just like Farrakhan.
By any means necessary. Oh no, that's Malcolm X. Never mind. I'm mixing up my black nationalists in my head.
Blacks.
Sorry.
Don't mix up. God damn it.
The black nationalists.
God, he was fast on that one. Thank you for being on that, Ms. Producer.
I always forget that MP's even here. What's up, MP?
Yeah, tell you he reminds you with the blacks. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Look, no hands, and now I'm one of the blacks. Thank you. Verified. So yes, your people were shredded by old MLC today. What did we do here? Jake Shields, a very famous UFC fighter who is also an anti-Semite. No, he's not.
No!
He's based. He's a base conservative, but he thinks all the pro-Palestinians are anti. Yeah, the Dan Blazarian guy, that was hilarious recently on Piers Morgan. I don't know, we can watch that. But yeah.
What did
MLC
Dan do?
Oh, he went on Piers Morgan and fucking laid in like a 2-minute tirade about anti-Semitic. Dude, it was hardcore. He'll never, whatever. He must be well off enough. He doesn't have to ever worry about that shit again. Because if that was the case, he's never going to make another penny working for corporations or any of that stuff. He said some hardcore stuff. Like it's to the point where I wouldn't play it on my show because I think it would get us taken down. Honestly,
don't do it.
It's that bad. Go look up Piers Morgan and Dan Blazarian after the show. It'll blow your fucking mind, man. He went hard in the paint on that one. It'll blow your wad.
It's amazing that all these conservatives hate the most successful group in the planet, you know?
Well, most of these people are leftists, if you look. Because they're pro-Palestinian to the point where they hate Israel and Jews, which seems to be a thing nowadays. Adam, what are your thoughts on that? Are you getting rocks thrown at you in the street? Have you been beat up or spit upon or had one of your little hats knocked off?
I mean, no more than usual. We're kind of used to it.
Good.
I'm glad we take the hits. Yeah.
Get used to it. You got 4 more years of it's only going to get worse.
I've been through middle school before. I can handle this.
The hazing, as it were. Did you go to a Jewy school?
No, I was probably the one Jew in my school.
Did you go to the back? Okay, tell me this. When it was time to do like the Pledge of Allegiance and all that shit, did you go to the back of the room and not put your hand over your heart?
No, of course I did. I love America. I always salute the flag. I teared up a little bit too during the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good. Yeah, you never know what kind of Jewish people you're dealing with. Some of those folks, when I was a kid, went to the back of the room Jehovah's Witness. You never knew if they were Jehovah's Witnesses or Jews because they wouldn't wear their little yarmulkes. But yeah, so anyway, we know that Kevin Brennan hates Jews at this point, so it's not a surprise to see that he wants to be anti-Semite of 2024. Indeed,
I did enjoy how Kevin liked to turn the whole Levy thing from the fight that they had and Levy quitting into it was a problem with the Jews. It was all Schmuel's fault.
Well, I mean, let's be fair here. Bob Levy is a Jewish person, correct?
Not according to Bob.
I think he said he was half, right?
I think his father might have been, but was like a secular Jew, if anything.
Right. Same with Adam here.
I was always confused about that because he's a reverend.
I think your mom has to be Jew to be Jewish, right? Unless you convert.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I get made fun of. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm a Jew,
either way.
Right?
Well, yeah, you're Jew enough to make fun of, but that
my
doesn't mean
sister
you're
used to
actually
get
Jewish.
made fun of. The funny thing is, I have a half sister who's not at all. She's 0% Jewish. She's Italian and Irish, and she used to get shit because the Goldstein name on the mailbox. So it doesn't matter if you've got the label, if you've got the Jew name, like you're gonna take the hits. You know, you're gonna have to deal with it.
Take the hits. That's right, folks.
You're gonna have to dodge a few missiles here and there, but whatever. It's par for the course.
Yeah, speaking of which, nice segue, Schmuel. Maybe you were born to do podcasting, buddy. You seem to be very good at this. That segue was on point, motherfucker. But yeah, speaking of the Jews, I did learn something I did not know today, which kind of brings this whole conversation back full circle, which is Geno Levy. Apparently, let me just read this and it'll explain for itself. When it came time to include, so this goes back to DabbleCon and the whole controversy is that things were never the same between Bob and Gina and the Schmuel network ever since DabbleCon 2 happened. And of course, famously, we now all know that Geno Levy was not offered a chair in the green room because, quote, and I quote, the chairs were for entertainers. I think you're entertaining as hell, Gina. How dare they say that about her? When it came time to include people's wives and girlfriends, hey, Missy B, girlfriends, Missy B, to be part of DC DabbleCon, I was not considered or thought of ever. That's all. Run with it. And Bob was never on Uncle Rico's show until I told my Stuttering John experience. He stayed out of it. Everyone talked about it, yet no one talked to me. I sat and listened to everyone getting facts wrong, just like now. This is all stupid. I'm done. Think what you want. The Schmuel network was like family. I really liked Kevin. I don't care about any of it anymore. I really liked Kevin. That kind of grabs my eyes for the headline there. If I were to, but it very interesting that
I was at DabbleCon and talked to Gina.
Yes, that's right. That's another reason I wanted to go on today.
And talk to Bob. And I honestly, I mean, and I'm probably, I guess, now I'm finding out I was wrong. Gina was wearing big dark glasses when I saw her, and I had
like she had a black eye. Oh, Bob,
like she had, that she had just had like sinus surgery or something like that. I thought she was staying out of the spotlight because of that. But I am reminded that Missy B, the first night on stage, was wearing big dark glasses as if she might have had a black eye. So I don't know what the difference was. I also don't understand that. I don't understand the seating thing because the people that weren't on stage when they were not performing, like Schmuel and Cardiff and those guys, they were sitting at a table right by the front of the stage, to the right of the stage. We were all sitting right there, and there were plenty of seats.
Okay,
but they even had Melton in the back.
But would that have been exactly with the entertainers? Like, would she have been rubbing elbows with said entertainers?
She would have been sitting at the table with, she would have been sitting at the table with Schmuel and the other entertainers, Cardiff. Those guys were all sitting right next to the people, yeah. And Big Fat Eric sat right behind me.
Oh, well, maybe she didn't want to sit with all the smelly fat people then. Maybe that was the problem.
It's possible.
I mean, did you smell? I mean, did it stink there? I mean, from all the people you just named, I have this weird feeling it reeked like fat people.
It didn't reek, but they did bring in the extra strong chairs.
Yeah, I mean, just sitting next to Cardiff, that's bad enough because I would like his breath probably smells like semen, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing.
He's a good guy, and my claim to fame with Cardiff is he's the first pair of tits that he signed were my wife's. In his
not yours
Dabbleverse experience. No, not
mine.
Mine.
Actually, you don't look that fat. You don't look that I was trying to make boob jokes about fat guys, but yeah, apparently. Yeah, I could only imagine Cardiff reeks like jizz. Disgusting. Did he wear a mask this year? Because before he wore a Spider-Man mask, correct? Last year.
No, he was Jason. I don't know what he was at DabbleCon when I wasn't there, but I saw him at WATP and he was Jason from the movies.
Nice.
And the fun part about Cardiff was he and Vinny were signing subreddit surfing posters, and then Cardiff left. Cardiff came back. Cardiff was not wearing a mask. He was standing right there, and people kept asking Vinny where Cardiff was.
And what did
Cardiff
he say?
was standing right next to him. They had no idea. He was like, "No, I think he went in the back somewhere," and had no idea.
That's hilarious. Well, quit doxing people, Schmuel. I would appreciate that. No, I'm joking. So did you ever run into Gina and Bob and have a conversation at all?
I had a long, I'm going to say a pretty decent sized conversation with Bob after the roast that he did. And he basically, I'm not understanding the story because he opened up. He was essentially doing stand up for the first 5 or so minutes of the roast. And then he brought people up. And when I was outside talking to him afterwards, he was very happy. Maybe Gina hadn't confronted him yet about the chair, but he was really happy. But what blew me away was he said to me, he goes, they wanted him to prepare. And Bob is like, I don't prepare anything.
Yeah, that's what he was saying when he was talking to Kevin Brennan. He was like, they wanted me to make the lineup in order and set it all up and give them what advice on what kind of roasting to do or
no, I didn't think so at all. I thought it was just it was a big roast. There were a lot of people, and a lot of people had to come up, and there were events going on afterwards. I think they were just trying to keep an eye on the time. Vinny had set up the cameras to record the event, and it just felt like you would never have known there was a problem if you'd been there.
Fair enough.
I think Bob's story, there's got to be something else going on here. I'm convinced it's not a work, but there's got to be something else.
So you don't think it's a work. Okay, that was going to be my next question and my next line of questioning, which apparently everybody in the chat doesn't want to hear. Jesus Christ, based on conspiracy theory, beating me up over here. Jesus, man, come on. He's going after you hard. You're adult suckman. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. Lighten up on the guy. He's just here for a good time. I don't know why you got to be so nasty. You're usually such a nice fellow. You're such a nice fellow based on a conspiracy theory. What happened to you today, man? Someone pissed in your Cheerios, mate? Okay.
I'm universally disliked, so it's fine.
Universal. Do you think what's your basis in thinking that it's not a work? It's over. It's done.
Conversations with Schmuel.
Oh, that's
Shuli-
right. You're friends with Shuli. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's all starting to come
from,
back
like-
from last night. What you said
From
on
day-
the show.
From day one, Julie has promised me it's not a work. He was
How
like,
long
"It's
have
not
you
a
known
work."
Shuli for?
And not that long. And I've only known him through having met him in the dabbleverse. So, but I don't see any reason why he would lie. And he's been very good. He will not
He's
say a
Jewish.
bad word about. He will
He
not
is
say, you know,
Jewish.
that helps. But he'll
I
not
mean,
say
they-
a bad word about Bob. I think if it was a work, he would be saying shit about Bob. And he's been very quiet about that. He's just wished Bob good luck. So it doesn't feel like a work to me. I mean, and also Bob's history is making bad business decisions. Remember the Brennan and Levy Comedy Club?
I do. In southern New Jersey, the hometown, one Geno Bisconte of Rose. What is it? Somethingville. Some Roseville.
Something like that.
The,
Yeah, that's where I think one of their
Fine.
opening when they were starting, they brought Geno in because it was his hometown and they thought they were going to sell the place out.
Vineland.
And-
Vineland.
Vineland. And it was like they might have sold 10 tickets because it was the night of the Phillies playoff game.
What? No, that's just Geno. I mean, he could usually only get about 10 people in the seats.
That's what I thought. I thought they were just being kind to him, but I could see that.
No, I'm joking. Don't have any proof for that. I'm sure Geno's had 11 people in a show before. Yeah, but I mean, it seemed like, so speaking of not wanting to do work, how come? Okay, so Bob's totally okay with running and being a booker and setting up a whole comedy club, but he's not okay with just setting up a roast. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, he
don't know,
was always
Bob-
saying, like, I don't want to do any work, but back then, all of us, or like coming into Compound to try to get Levy Land a deal. He did that too. Like, he has done work in the past to try to like secure like stuff, make things happen.
But you're correct. But I mean, he had Abel's and Rob Saul. I mean, how much work could that be?
You think Rob Saul does work? I don't get the impression he does work. He seems like he turns his. Most of these guys pretty much just hit the like button, right? Let's be honest.
That's the impression that I've always gotten.
Right. Which is more than Adam has ever done. Just hitting the like button. Perfect timing. Glad
You
you're back,
shouldn't really
Adam.
say that
What's
stuff
up?
about Adam Quad. He's a really
Nothing.
nice guy.
I didn't say that. I didn't
when
say
he's
it.
when he's
Me?
not around, I mean, you talk all the shit about him, and now he's back. He's like, "Oh, he's such a great guy."
What did you say about me, Quad?
Nothing.
I swear to God, I'll say
I
in
was
your
singing
arms
your
where your
praises.
legs are.
No, man, I was singing your praises. It's all good.
Shit.
Yes, I mean none of that stuff tracks really. If you ask me, I don't really understand. But yeah, so he was very against doing any work when he went over there to the Shuli Network. I know, obviously, the guy's not like he's not doing audio clips and video clips and getting that too deep into it. What do you think about the equipment? Because I know Bob has a bunch of really nice equipment that the Shuli Network sent over to him. And apparently he's just going to keep it now. Like, what was the deal with that? I heard some hubbub about that shit today.
I don't know anything about that at all.
Oh, so you're not
I would
that good a
imagine
friend
he would
with
keep
Shuli.
it.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, no, I was saying like they expected him to give it back because they spent thousands of dollars on his equipment.
Shuli has not, to me anyway, has not said anything bad about Bob, and has not.
Did you just
Other
move a
than, like,
wire or something?
Yeah, something that
Oh,
sounds
maybe.
right.
Go ahead, talk. You just had some like some weird noise.
You had some
coming through.
Nextel interference sounding shit.
Sounded like a
Remember when
cricket.
Nextels used to do that? They used to make speakers make that little noise. No,
Getting
nobody.
instructions
Yeah.
from Tel Aviv.
Yeah, it's still there. It's your microphone. Something with your microphone.
A
Maybe
little
a
bit
wire.
of distortion.
Push the
Yeah.
wire in hard or something.
Where the
Fuck
fuck
with
is
your wires.
PSP? He hasn't shown his face tonight at all. He must be doing something.
He's a coward. PSP's a coward.
always
He's
here.
afraid to taste. Yeah, he knows better. He knows he
PSP,
shouldn't
where
be
you
talking shit. Talking shit about my audio. He knows what happens when you talk shit about my audio. We'll send out a cleanup crew.
It
to your
sounded
house.
perfect earlier. Really crystal clear. It was glorious.
Based on a conspiracy theory, you're cracking me up. Even your microphone has given up on you, Schmuel. Jesus Christ, this guy's
Oh, it's
harsh.
Me, I'm having issues.
Yeah. No, that's what we're saying. There's some buzz coming through. Buzz. Has to be like a wire or something. Worst case scenario, you could always pop out and pop back in. Maybe that'll fix it or restart, whatever.
Yeah, I've done that before. It works. Pop out, pop in.
Because otherwise, no, I just was curious about the knowing that you knew Schmuel and that you were there at DabbleCon 2 and you've seen everything happen right up close, right in your face. Do you pretty much go to all those events?
I've been to Hackamania, DabbleCon, and the WATP event.
And your audio's fixed.
And I unplugged and plugged back in.
You're good. It's perfect. Yeah. So okay. So you go all. So were you there when the famous drink in Kevin Brannan's face happened? Were you there for that?
I was there. Yeah.
Did you beat Uncle Jack by chance? He was right there.
No, I did not. I didn't. I was there. My being at the Borgata was incidental. I wasn't there. I had planned to be there for the Super Bowl, and then those guys arranged it. And then they all showed up. I got to spend more of my time with the one person I got to spend more time with was Stuttering John. And I doubt he remembers most of it.
What are you trying to say? That he was inebriated by chance? Is
Stuttering
that what you're
John?
going for?
That doesn't sound like him.
Slightly, maybe.
What?
Yeah.
On alcohol? Stuttering John.
The one comment you hear about Stuttering John when you meet him is, I had no idea how short he was.
How about how bad he smelled? That's the
It
other
was the
rumor I always
Borgata,
hear.
so, yeah, I'm in Atlantic City. There's a lot of smells.
5'1", smells like cat turds. He's not doing too good.
Jesus, this guy's funny. Yeah, based on he's being such a dick and funny that he's
Ace is
throwing me
mad
off
tonight. He's a little pissed. He's good, but he's a little pissed off tonight.
Oh shit. Allie, okay, I'd totally watch a sitcom about Bob and Kevin Brennan running a comedy club. That is a fucking years. I'm sold. I am sold. That is fucking hilarious, dude. I can imagine. But Bob, we gotta get some guys for tonight. And fucking what? I'll do what I. Yeah, it would be fun shit. I want them to do the podcast again. I thought when Kevin jumped on with Bob the other day, it was going to be like a little bit more of a. Do you think that's like payment in full? Just Kevin jumping on with Bob? Do you think that's good enough? Payment in full? What do you owe him?
I think it's good enough for Kevin. I don't think it's good enough for Bob.
Right. Seemed like that's the case.
You know, Gina said the other day that the one thing she misses about Bob not doing the Uncle Rico show is the money.
Yeah, I heard that. She was like, he was getting half as much at the end there, and I still missed that money. So it was like, yeah, they cut him way down on pay, but he was still getting enough to make the ladies happy. I guess that's a big one.
Yeah, so this seems like he's looking for places for people that owe him money. That's what I got. He was like, wow, KB owes me money. Let me see if I can get some of that.
Zachi. I don't know that I have any more questions about that whole situation. I know that you're a little bit closer to the situation than most people, but yeah, I mean, what else could you say about it? That's between them, but I'm hoping that we start seeing Bob on MLC. That would be amazing, especially with Chad on there. It sounded like Bob and Chad kind of made up, and they might even be doing a podcast. It sounded like Chad might pop on with Bob or vice versa, one of the two.
That might be amazing. But Bob's
Yeah,
been
that
on
could be
everybody's podcast lately, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, his schedule opened right up. So, indeed, he's been
Yeah, that
been
happens
going
when
around.
you leave a podcast that you're on. Make the rounds.
Right. That's what he's doing.
He's looking for a new co-host, Quad. I think that's what's going on.
Well, he's been doing Granny, Uncle Jack, Tom Gully. Tom Gully seems to, the Orange, obviously, in the mornings, doing OJ in the morning. They've been doing that. That's a good show.
Good, I could see that.
I love those guys. I love OJ.
I could see
love
them
Bob
too
Levy,
working out,
man.
yeah.
They're fucking. It's a great show. Yeah, I love both those dudes. I hope they make that thing work. Keep doing it together.
Work that thing, baby.
Yeah, it would be better than everything else that's on in the mornings. I am a fan of Melton, but there's only so much steel toe you can talk about, right?
Don't forget about Lemmy's morning stream. That's good.
Well, yeah,
on Rumble.
Yeah, I definitely. It's on Twitch and Rumble, actually.
Twitch
yeah,
and Rumble. Yeah.
Let's shout her out right now. Right,
Yeah, she's got a good
now.
morning show.
Yeah, everybody go check out Lil Lemmy on Twitch TV. If you're not signed up for it, go do so. And of course, she's on Rumble too. I fucking hate Rumble ever since they added the premium thing now. Because they give you commercials.
I'm mad at them because they fucked over Mersh.
Nah.
They did him dirty.
Mersh. No, Mersh did himself dirty by talking tons of shit about the fucking people that run Rumble.
No, it was
Yeah,
Rumble.
it's on
They
him.
don't value him and his amazingly infinite value.
Yeah, imagine that.
Another
They're a bunch
legend in his own mind.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Marsh is a talented guy, but he just seems to create problems wherever he goes.
He's just psychotic. He's too
Allegedly.
crazy for his own good. He's too fucking crazy for his own good. It's a shame because he does have talent. And I agree. I like Mersh. I like his content. I enjoy his and Royce's political analysis, but he's one of those people that just goes off the rails too much.
I think he's going crazy from the toxic plasmosis. He has too many cats. They're driving him insane. The parasites in the kitty litter are killing him and making him insane.
Yeah, that'll do.
That's what's happening.
Whose house is covered in more cat shit? John's or Mersh's?
I think
That's a
Mersh
good
has
question.
more cats.
But John never
cleans up
ever
after
Oh,
cleans
you mean
up.
who's more of a slob? I don't know.
Mersh
They're equal
occasionally-
slobs.
I feel like Mersh occasionally cleans that shit up. He seems to genuinely care about his cats. John, I don't know.
Yeah, and he builds little houses for the cats outside. Yeah,
could
he
see-
actually is proactive in some ways.
I could see John never cleaning his fucking like Dr. Steve sent Stuttering John like an automatic cat litter thing because he felt so bad because he heard so much shit about like his house stinking, like how bad it smelled. So he sent him like an automatic cat cleaner.
Yeah, it smells so bad. And that was before he got cats.
Yeah.
I always assumed that cat litter that was in John's bed wasn't from the cats, but it was from John walking on it all day and dragging it in with him.
Very possible. Very possible. Yeah, I mean, anybody that throws like beer cans across the room with a little bit of beer in them, and you know the beer splashes all over everything. And we know that old beer fucking stinks, man.
Thanks.
So you could probably imagine that his house probably smells like stale, old, nasty beer. For
Do you
starters,
remember
at
Hal
best.
Sparks? Do you remember Hal Sparks Quad?
Sounds
You know what I'm
familiar.
talking about? He was a guy, he's like an actor. He was in Dude, Where's My Car with John, but he was a guy that another liberal that does a podcast, and he used to podcast with John like several years back, and he told John, he went to John's house to help him with some computer shit, and he was like, dude, you gotta like torch your apartment. It smells so bad because of the cat box and everything. He was like so embarrassed for John.
Didn't he buy John a mattress and sheets because John doesn't use sheets?
Probably. I mean, he's a nice guy. I mean, Hal Sparks is another like weirdo. He's all political.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
You
was
know what
like
I'm
the
talking
cult
about.
leader guy, right?
He used to have the long hair. Not
Yeah.
really. Well, in the
No,
movie,
I mean
yeah.
in the movie.
Right.
wasn't he the leader of the cult in the
He's
movie?
actually a decent guy. Hal Sparks is a good guy, but he's just like he's like Tom Myers when it comes to politics. I used to cover his shit all the
What's
time.
wrong with Tom Myers' politics, man?
Oh,
you don't like flaming liberals or something?
No, he's right on. I think President Trump is dangerous.
Right on, man. Right on, man. Like,
Hal
Hal's
knows what he's talking about. Hal does know what he's talking, but he does know what he's talking about, right? Like you may disagree with him.
Yeah, but he's not a stupid guy. He makes interesting arguments, but he does this cringe thing where he like fake laugh reacts to things, and it's so obvious. He's going, "Oh, this is crazy," and like he hams it up a little bit. He turns it up.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
He's
I do like the guy.
theater kid.
I do genuinely like.
Yeah,
the guy,
you
though.
realize we're surrounded by theater kids, right? Like every one of these people that
Yeah.
we think, like, I get a kick out of that, man. Like, I
They're
almost
interesting,
guarantee.
though.
But they all have that thing, like in high school, the theater kids all had that chip on their shoulder because they were, some of them were cool, but they could never kick that theater
In
kid.
my high school, I hated every single goddamn one of them.
Same here.
They were horrible.
I never.
They were
was
the most
a-
insufferable people. And trust me, I was friends with like the goths and the freaks and the
Yeah, but a lot of
nerds
those
and
people
stuff.
were the same.
But I
They
couldn't
would be
stand-
theater kids and play magic, and they were all the same people.
I wasn't super friends with like the preps or the popular kids as much. Like I was friends with some of them, but the only group that I hated was the fucking theater kids.
Right. Yeah, you hear that, Pat? Trick. I would have thrown mashed potatoes at you at lunch. I would have thrown
you
my
know,
roll at you.
You know the Adam Carolla theory on theater kids, right? And boys, that if you're a straight guy, that being a theater kid, being in the drama club, you'll get laid more than you ever would doing anything else.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure that's true.
All filled with chicks and gay guys.
But they're all nerds. They're all like nerdy girls.
But that's why you just start doing drugs and drinking
Some of them
and
are
hanging
hot,
out with
though.
the whore girls because
Yeah.
they're so much easier.
A couple
That's
of
why
the
you pick
drama
up on
geek-
whores.
But the odds don't favor you because a couple of the drama geek girls are hot, but most of them are pigs, though.
I don't know.
And like you said, the rest of them are
I
gay
said,
dudes.
and Schmuel, you're like 80 or something, so you probably don't even know what Magic the Gathering is, right? All the kids that played Magic.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
It was
I know you're not
invented
80.
during my time.
Oh, fair enough. All right. Well, I would have guessed you're like you were the only thing you played with when you were a kid was sticks or something.
That's it. Oh, we had and a can. We had cans. We could kick down.
Cans,
down the
cans,
street,
right?
yeah. Number 8 tomato can was bigger than a number 5. Sure.
Just like the modern day, right? The kids in Africa, they play with stick. They got a toy. It's called Stick Rock.
The big difference between then and now is then you had to go outside.
Yeah, that was mandatory when I was a kid. Absolutely, man. It was a BMX bicycle. Here you go. Don't come home. Bye.
Right.
Leave. Don't come back till dark or dinner time or one or the other. So, yeah. The 80s and the 90s were great time, man.
Oh, yeah, they were. You remember? Do you remember berries, Derek? I love it.
Yeah, I do, buddy.
I'm all for member berries.
Well, that was my member berries right there, pretty much. But I was a piece of shit. Like I skipped school for the first time in 2nd grade. I remember I was on my way to school and I was like, nah, I don't really feel like going to school today. So 2nd grade, I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna hang out because I knew a kid. I was 6 years old. He was like 5-year-old kid. So he didn't have to go to school. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop over here and hang out with this kid all day. And that's what I did. That's how it goes. Speaking of which, look at this. The lovely Tracie Jane.
And $5. Thank you so much.
We're going to have to cut out the fucking clown horn for money.
Oh, come on. I love it.
I don't think it's
exciting. It gets everybody all right.
No. I have a feeling they're not giving us money because they don't want to hear that goddamn horn at this point.
Well, she just gave us $5. So
I know, and she's pissed. She just sent me a message on my phone. It says, "Can you stop with the fucking horn? It's ruining everything."
You're just lying. You
I
liar.
can't dox. I'm not going to dox her and show it to you,
You're a
but you
liar.
just have to take my word for it. I'm not a liar.
Your word is worth.
I'm not a liar.
Listen to me, Derek. Your word is worth less than nothing.
Less. Negative. Love ya. That's all. Hey, we love you too over here at the BYB podcast, Ari Jane.
Thanks, Ari.
Specifically myself. Me and Ari Jane, we did the one chip challenge last summer.
I remember that. I watched
fun.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do something like that again, Ari, if you're up for it. Maybe we'll both shave our pubic hair. I don't know. Not that stupid. That's horrible. I'm sorry I said that.
I got to meet Ari Jane in Detroit.
Famously where Ray ran her off. Is this the story?
Exactly.
And you weren't there to protect her?
No, they stuck her in a corner. She sat there all by herself.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know. If she went with Ray seemed to have abandoned her.
What do you mean? Like Ray was like, you go sit in the corner and you don't fucking move. You keep your nose in the corner or else. Or else you won't make it back on I-80.
Ari sat very quietly in a corner that whole night, and we introduced ourselves, my wife and I, afterwards, and she's lovely. And she made didn't she make OJ? Didn't the three of them travel together? OJ, Ray, and Ari Jane. I always thought that OJ was with them to keep Ari safe.
She got a ride with another couple. She went with Ray to the thing and then someone gave her a ride. And I don't remember how that transpired exactly. I just remembered that part of the story.
I wasn't there for it. I was just there. The next day I got to hear about after the show, they all went to the bar. And Ray was getting mad at Ari because Ari was having fun.
Yeah, Ray's work of it. Yeah, exactly. I was holding a seat for the Baloney Factory guy. See, now we're learning stuff.
I remember that channel.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that guy? Those were hilarious, dude.
I haven't seen him in my feed for a while. Yeah.
He was right up there with Gummy Chainsaw, who does great work. A big fan. Are you in for another little bit here, Schmuel? We're going to go through the Aaron Imholt Steel Toe saga, if you're up for it.
If you would like me to stay, if you'd like to have me, I'm happy to be here.
Stay.
All right.
Stay.
Well,
stay.
You make it sound like you're my prisoner when you say it like that. Jesus.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Whatever I say happens. But yeah, so anyway, we got the Aaron shit from today, yesterday, etc. Today's Monday, so I think he probably did an evening show tonight, so we missed all of that, but we can check out what the Clippers got us. I didn't watch it this morning, not 0%, and I didn't watch any of it yesterday either, so I have no idea. I did watch a little bit of this clip, but not, so I don't have the entire story in total. Duke of Just Do It. Any guy or girl is lucky to be on Ray's arm. Is this alt of Ray's possibly? Any guy or girl is lucky to be on Ray's arm or under his arm. I thought he sweats a lot. I don't know.
Ray is a
Oh, yeah, I see where. No, he's calling him a thing.
I asked him last night if he thought he was a thing. The chatters noticed that Ray, whenever people talk about women, Ray insists I'm just friends. I don't have any designs on them. But when he talks about men, he always talks about how handsome they are.
Yeah, Peter's guy Parker. Yeah, I met him in real life. He's a very attractive guy. Yeah, Leo Gunn. He's really a big, handsome feller. Yeah, I know Leo. Yeah, he's a good egg. Yeah.
Just do it.
Exactly.
Just do it.
There you go. There's your Just Do It's, Mr. Duke of Just Do It's. There you have it. Thank you for the $2, sir. And indeed, any guy would be lucky to have.
Did you say dude tollers? Did you say dude tollers?
No, of just.
It's okay if you did. I could have sworn you said dude tollers. I have adult onset dyslexia, so I can.
Well, when I start saying it's like Carl, then I have to keep going with it. So I may have said that, but that would just be staying in character.
It's okay.
It was staying in character. I made up this character. His name is Carl Hamburger, and I'm staying in character. Thank you for noticing, Adam, that I'm a professional theater kid. The Edgelord, $2. Can this super chat go to based? Yeah, you gotta dox him for me though, so I can know where to send it. Dox him. Dox him. Dox him. Dox him. We're pro doxing over here at the BYB podcast. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this nonsense they call Steel Toe Morning Show. Aaron advises Nick that he should just come clean and say, I did all this stuff, man. Just put me in prison immediately because I'm guilty. As you know, Toe's good advice on how to deal with getting out of trouble. Unless, of course, you're the one that sent. See, I didn't have enough time with Geno to even get into the revenge porn questions and stuff. And if Keanu would have came on, I would have asked her a bunch of questions like, how's April? April? How are you, April?
She sounds like she's doing great.
Do you think that Stuttering John's going to get in trouble for revenge porn? Was that what Dabbling Dan was?
No, I'm talking about Aaron sending fucking Geno pictures of Kayla nude, and he actually got arrested for it. So there you go.
Yeah, no, I just thought it would be interesting if both John and Geno were involved in revenge porn.
I mean, there was rumors speculating that John may have some issues, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, and he pretty much doxed Dabbling Dan.
Pretty much. He just flat out doxed him. He flat out has been doxing everybody. Leo Gunn, penis wrinkle, if that's the truth on the penis wrinkle one. But definitely with Leo Gunn, like he went way too fucking far with that shit, dude. That's fucked up. And for no reason, really. Like just because the guy gives Ray money and Chad money and Kevin money. Like what? Yeah. So yeah, there's another example of how fucking thin-skinned these guys are. That if someone super chats the your enemy, that you have to dox them. Then it's like, are you fucking serious? What a scumbag! All right, let's do this.
Let's get our predictions in real quick, since somebody brought up the Kino Casino thing, and they seem completely interlocked. With the Ricada thing, that's like their number one deal. And obviously, you know, people don't understand this. Nick and I seem to just be locked in a death spiral forever. We're kind of Michael Fassbender and the German officer in Inglourious Bastards. We're in that little pub in Nadine. And it doesn't matter where all these people go. You and I will be sitting here forever. Like that's, you know.
Yeah.
It just seems to, and then I look at him, I go, well, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
Wait a minute. He's got a gun pointed at your dick. What? Wait a minute. Sorry if you don't know Inglourious Bastards.
I love that
forward
movie.
and backwards as much as
you know
I do.
why I love that movie? Because the Jews win.
Oh, that's the part I didn't like about it.
Oh yeah.
I don't like the Jew Bear because he was awfully grumpy. He was hitting people in the head, and that's not nice.
Yeah. Punch a Nazi. I'm sorry, TOS. TOS.
Alvita saying to your Nazi balls.
Alvita saying to your Nazi balls.
But tomorrow he has his settlement conference. That is shit or get off the pot time. Work out a deal or say we're going to trial. Now, you can still get offered deals up until the verdict.
Trial.
The verdict. Like you can get offered a deal during the trial. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. See, Aaron has become a law tuber already. This guy's a professional law tuber, knows everything about the law. You're a lawyer, of course, Schmuel Buckman, right? Are you Jewish?
I'm not a lawyer.
Okay. Do you like how I mix those two things together and made you answer correctly?
Schmuel Buckman, that doesn't sound Jewish.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm sure that's his real name too. Schmuel.
I assumed once the trial was like, no, this is in motion. We're riding this to the station.
You're not going to get anything good. It's kind of like Deal or No Deal. Once you go to trial, the evidence starts coming out. That's like the $750,000 boxes are coming off the board, you know? Like the deal you're going to get is not like the best deal he's going to get will be tomorrow. And he will have to decide if he takes it.
That's not true. None whatsoever. Actually, like you said, the trial date, if you make the prosecutor go through, they know that there's a chance they could lose every case. So they're always willing to give you a deal because they know that there's a good probability that they lose. So actually, it is smart putting off all that deal shit to the very last second. Absolutely is. I don't know. Either one of you guys dabble in law tubing? You are now.
No, now everybody's going to be a fucking law tuber about.
Right.
I honestly think with Aaron.
Yeah, we've even slightly gone that direction. So.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, Aaron, like he should just, yeah, he should just, whatever happened to him keeping his fucking mouth shut about this shit?
Oh, no, he's doing fine on all that. And like, he can talk about Nick, that he just can't talk about the rest of the ladies, apparently, I'm guessing.
No, but I mean, it's.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, Aaron, it's rare that you see a guy who knows less but talks more about something than Aaron. He really does think he's a lawyer. And, you know, the only person that I know that's working on a deal right now is Aaron to keep himself out of jail.
Facts. See, Schmuel, I thought you would be great because you have some good insights. That's perfect.
It sucks we didn't even get to discuss that with Geno. He was like so in and out of here.
Yeah, fucking Chargers. Am I right? I know I had a list of shit to talk to him about. So
Geno,
anyway, he'll be back. He'll be back.
He seems like he's got a lot of free time these days.
He was nice, nicer than I expected.
Or if he decides, fuck that noise, I'm going to trial. Now, the only people I've heard speak with any kind of authority on this, now Sean has gotten pretty much everything right, from my understanding. And Sean said that he's spoken to someone who is an inside source who talks to Nick, and that Nick's taking this thing to trial. I can't. I don't.
Has he not seen how it's gone up till now? I don't
understand it. I don't get it. I really don't.
Like, you already tried to get everything dismissed. They threw that out. You appealed that. They threw that out. Like, again.
Well, the only thing he can do now is he can go to trial and then file the motions for the trial to have evidence not allowed. So, in theory, he could blow past this settlement conference. He goes, no, I want to try my luck with the trial. I want to try and get this evidence thrown out, this evidence thrown out, this evidence thrown out. Then if that doesn't go well, he can take a deal.
So there you go. So that counteracts everything you just said in the sentence before that, where you were like, wait. So he just counteracted himself in 2 seconds. 2 sentences, one sentence. Everything up till now has been going great. He should just give up while he's ahead. But there's this opportunity where you start going through the evidence and you might get some of it knocked out. Wait a minute. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be a good idea and a good reason not to settle today? You fucking retard. I don't know if you guys, caught that.
Aaron is going on. He's acting as if Nick has no money, right? And if you have no money, you take the plea deal because you can't afford the lawyers, you can't afford the court costs, all that stuff. Nick's got plenty of money. Nick can go on forever. And I don't know what Nick's downside is. Right.
There's never
even if he loses
like
the trial, the guy's he's got no criminal record. There's nothing he's done. If Aaron were on the stand and you were on the jury, would you vote guilty?
Well, I mean, I would be fair and impartial, and I would be correct as a juror if I was on a jury trial. So I would have to see everything that I was told to see by the judge, because that's kind of how it goes too. Like, you can't have outside influence on a court case too. So,
well, suppose
me knowing what I know, of course I would, fuck all these guys.
See, I just think everybody's guilty, so I would just say yes, he's
I do
guilty.
too.
Automatically.
Same here.
I would just say he's guilty of being a lol cow. That's what he should really be on trial for.
Right.
I do enjoy
Yeah,
that
B.
he
Smiley
brought-
the third. Of course, he's working on a plea. I mean, he is absolutely working on a deal. But that's what you do.
The world is not as stupid as Aaron thinks it is.
I mean, of course, if Nick's offered like a suspended sentence and you're on probation for a few years, you get to stay home with the wife and kids and the mistress and the side piece, as they say, then of course you take the deal and you move on with life. That's how it goes.
Does Nick have a law license?
No.
Not anymore. Yeah, he had.
Well, I know that he didn't pay for it.
No, I think he did re-up it and repaid for it, and then he got it like stripped of somehow.
Well, are they
It's
suspended
probably,
him
like,
until
ethical? Yeah, the bar suspended him.
because
The
that's
bar of the
that's
state of Minnesota.
yeah, because that's the deal. Is as long as Nick is not convicted of a felony, he can keep his law license. I mean, he'll have to go through ethics and all that other stuff. But what Aaron is saying is, Nick, just plead guilty to this stuff. You know, go to the town square, say you're guilty.
Yeah.
If Nick gets a felony conviction, he automatically loses his law license. And a lot of states, I don't know about Minnesota, but like I know in New York, you're not getting that license back.
It's
if
hard
you're
to
a
get it
convicted
back when
felon.
you get disbarred. Yeah, it's very hard.
So for Rekieta, it seems to me like a no-brainer. You fight it until you know you're going to lose. Wait
Yeah,
until you
sounds
see
simple
what
to
the
me.
ultimate consequences are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's why it always shocks me with like Vince the lawyer always fucking with Stuttering John, and like he's getting ethics complaints allegedly. I don't know if I believe anything between those two fucking guys, but
There was an
almost seems
ethics
like-
complaint. I can tell you that there was.
cool. Yeah, so that gets bantied around all the time. Like, oh yeah, I'm turning him in for ethics complaints because he won't stop sending me food and beer. You fucking idiot.
Oh, I would love that.
I know, but yeah, then he sends them some oddball stuff. Whatever.
I wouldn't complain about the food and the beer, though.
Yeah, fair enough.
I may not be a lawyer, but many
you
of
can
my
have-
friends are. And they will tell you that an ethics complaint, no matter how stupid, is a problem because you have to defend it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right.
They take even an idiot can file an ethics complaint and it's still going to cause the lawyer problems.
Yeah, you got to go in front of the board if they say so. Board.
You have
the bar.
At the very least, you have to answer it. You have to prove. It's
You
almost
have
like
to respond. They make you respond to it.
Does the person
it's like you're
filing the
guilty until
complaint?
proven innocent.
Does the person that files the complaint have to be a client? Like, how does that work?
No, anybody could. Anybody anywhere that has a piece of information as far as an ethics.
It could be literally anybody. Wow, that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Like if they know that you whatever had a conflict of interest and you betrayed that or anything like that. If they know that you had a piece of information that you weren't probably supposed to have, whatever, they could turn you in for just about anything like that. So something you shouldn't be privy to. Anyway.
Ask for one. You can say, you can have your lawyer say, what are you offering for us not to do this? So as I think about it right now and the things I've heard, my preference, like if I had any influence over the situation, I would say, take the deal, whatever they're offering, call it a day. First of all, I'm sorry, but it's a second-degree drug felony charge. You're going to have to plead to some sort of felony. I don't think they're going to take 26 grams and turn it into a misdemeanor. They just don't.
But also, you
then
don't
you
know.
have the two misdemeanors, the child endangerment and the gun charge. Now, you can get one of those thrown out. You can plead to here's what I think you could get in my amateur experience. You
All
could
right.
get a lesser.
How about we stop listening to him because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about? Does that make more sense to you?
Yeah.
It's too much to listen to that guy talk about fucking law stuff because obviously he's diluted himself to believe whatever he's just taking other people's opinions that he's seen on the LawTube shows. So he doesn't know any more than they know. So he's taking what? Nate the lawyer, and what's the other fucking guy? I don't even remember the guy's name. I always forget that one.
With a big fat guy with the beard, or the other
I think that's the guy.
Meme Copium.
Yeah, there you go. There's one. Anyway, all those guys. There's a bunch of them. They all fucking say something about this shit every other day. So it's easy to keep up with.
And they're all stretching it out too. I mean, don't these people really owe Nick a debt of gratitude? I mean,
absolutely. And Aaron, we all owe Aaron this story for the entire year. It's been fun. I don't give a fuck. It's interesting.
The law tubers. Nick got a lot of those people out of obscurity.
Right.
And they're making
they owe Nick a debt of gratitude. Yeah, he made them a bunch of money, and then they're all bitching about everything now. It's funny.
Right.
And they hate his guts too. They're very spiteful, and it doesn't seem like they really have a good reason to be that way. That's a good point.
I think that brings us back to an earlier discussion about a certain comedian who just quit their job. I don't think that person realized just how much money DabbleCon 2 was going to make. And I think that these guys are now finding out how much money Rekieta was making, these other lawyers. And they're pissed. They're pissed that they didn't get a part of that.
So you're talking about Bob Levy apparently did not get any of the money from the live views on the DabbleCon 2. That's what we also heard.
And there was a bunch of
pissed off about that.
But the room and the room was sold out. And I don't remember how much they were, but I think the VIP ticket was $200. About. Right. I don't remember what I paid. And Quad, it was a sellout. And people were buying merch left and right. Drinks were flying. And that place, I don't drink, but I was told the drinks were like $17 a pop. And so I think it would be very easy to sit around and look at and say, wow, look at all this money. And the deal that I negotiated was shit, and get pissed off. I think Bob thinks that he's more important to Uncle Rico and the Dabbleverse than he was, and he wanted more money, and he's upset that he didn't get more. That's my opinion, but
so that maybe there was some form of a negotiation going on at some point there that we're not privy to, but doesn't sound like it went very well, huh?
Yeah, of these law tubers that are shitting all over Nick now, that he made them thousands. He gave them an opportunity to do something, and now they're all just pissed off at him.
They're all pissed off at Bob?
No, I'm talking two different stories here. I think the law tubers are pissed off at Nick.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They wanted more of that money, and I think Bob is pissed off that he didn't get more money from DabbleCon.
Fair. Because he pretty much said that he's been pissed off ever since DabbleCon. So it sounds like there's many reasons that that's the case, but absolutely, indeed. All right. So this is from last night. This is from his Steel Toe evening show last night, and apparently someone has been contacting Aaron, which is really weird. There's a lot of rumors floating around who that possibly could be, like April's parents or Kayla's family, stepdad. I don't even know, her stepdad and whatnot. But it does seem kind of weird that people would be calling Aaron too because of anything going on over at the Rekieta's house. I don't know if have you been hearing about this at all?
I wonder how much of this is true. I think Aaron makes a lot of stuff up. I think there's a lot of imagination that goes on. And, it could possibly be the only person that's ever contacted him about April recently is Keanu. But that makes him think that all these other people are doing the same thing as well. or he misinterprets stuff. But why would you call him if you were a part of April's family or a friend? What is Aaron going to do? He's only going to make it worse. He's calling her, he's been calling her a coke whore and a slut and all this other stuff for 6 or 8 months. He's certainly not helping her. I can't picture anybody reaching out to Aaron to try to help April in any way.
There you go. Yeah, but so back to your point, I think Aaron's full of shit. Like, I don't even know if I don't really think I believe that he talked to any family member. I'm kind of leaning towards that direction, but I don't know. People can make up their own minds for themselves. Oh, also, shit, I should end that fucking poll question. Yeah, if you haven't voted in the poll question, go ahead and do that now. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's do this real quickly. All right. What do we got? What do we got, guys? And poll question. All right. What do we got? Who is the biggest legend? Chad Zumach, Geno Bisconte, the legend, or Ray DeVito? Wow. Look at that. It's a close race between Ray DeVito and Chad Zumach. Look at that, folks. You can see it a little better there. There you go. All right. Chad Zumach, 35%. Ray DeVito, 32%. The Legend, 21%. Geno Bisconte, 11%. And that's that. Thank you, everybody, for voting. Awesome.
Thank you,
You
Chad.
missed me out of the poll. You're not a legend, Tosspot Radio. You're gonna have to wait on becoming a legend Friday when I make you a fucking legend. You become a legend when I say so, sir. That's just how it is, man. Yeah, so we got Tosspot Radio on Friday night, and of course we got our new upcoming show on Wednesday. We're looking forward to. I hope everybody enjoys the new show we got coming, the Mud Sharks Zone. There she is. We'll be looking into all things criminal and shitty and horrible, just like Chad Zumach. Horrible, shitty, and criminal.
Is Chad's redemption arc ascending or descending?
Oh, are we at the pinnacle of what Chad Zumach's capable of? I have no idea. I don't think he's going to go up any much higher myself from where he's at. I don't see him going. Do you see him having more of a rise than he's already had up to this point?
No, I don't. But I always wonder with these guys is are there the money that they're bringing in? Is it from a very small group of people donating a lot, or is it from a large group of people donating a little? Because a guy like Chad could lose 1 or 2 pay pigs, and it would be gone in a minute.
I would say he's got a pretty small universe myself, just from gauging.
It's probably a little more organic than Chad, though. For now.
What do you mean?
Like, it consists of probably more small trolls that donate as opposed to like the big. I feel like the distribution is a little different.
No, he seems to get pretty good. I think he seems to get pretty big chunks.
I mean, he has
chunk
his
plays.
How many of those are real, though?
No idea.
What's he pulling in what is he pulling in a show? Like, what's his? I
have no idea. I don't even know what happened to that channel that used to keep track of all that stuff. Not true, not true, not true. I would not most likely be a criminal if I could
it's
walk.
for the
How
betterment
dare
of
you?
society that you're in a wheelchair.
I'm in a wheelchair prison where I belong because I'm a criminal. Most likely. Most likely. Yeah, so we used to have that channel. I have not looked into that in quite some time.
John's Neglected Cat. I think that was the channel.
Right. JNC. Yeah, you used to keep track of that. The Stat Daddy or whatever. Something. JNC Stat Daddy.
Those were great, because that's what I wonder about guys like Chad, because I don't understand the redemption arc. Not a fan, but I know he's making money, and that's the question that I always ask, because it's like if you have a business, and you've got 5 people making you 100,000 or 1,000 making you 100,000, the 1,000 is better, because if you lose a few, it doesn't matter. But if you got 5,
Right.
you lose one, you lost
spread
20%
out.
of your income.
There you go. Yeah, good point. He could piss off a few people or start getting drunk again and run everybody off. It's very easily done in very short period of time. Absolutely. All right, I don't even know that we have to hear too much of this. Just the fact that someone called him is kind of funny, I think.
Today, and the Bears are about to score a touchdown. It's 0-0. Bears are marching, and my phone rings, and it's a 320 number, and I don't recognize it, but I know I've been talking to people lately who, the name doesn't pop up on my phone, and they've been asking me for things. So I'm like, well, I better answer just in case they need something, even though it's a Sunday. So I answer, and it is a family member of someone I used to know. And it put me in a very awkward spot because I have nothing to do anymore with the person they were calling about. But this person sounded remarkably concerned. They sounded very worried. So I just kind of talked to them, and I was very nice to them, and understanding of what seemed to be a very difficult situation. I won't go into specifics of what they said, but I told them, like, look, I'm not involved in this person's life anymore. I don't know anything. Like, I can't tell you anything. I'm sorry.
Did the Jerry Lundegaard.
Try talking to them.
I don't know.
They made it seem like they couldn't. So I wasn't really much help at all, but it was very sad to get. It was a very sad phone call to get. And it kind of reaffirms your belief in yourself and the decisions you've made recently. But
so he's saying April's on drugs.
It's certainly anytime.
Yeah, that's what it exactly sounds like. Obviously that's what he's trying to say. So yeah, a lot of people have been saying like Kayla's family has called him, but that sounds way more like April. And would it make any sense that Kayla's family would reach out to him? That doesn't really make any sense.
A lot less likely that they would want. Why would the fuck would they call Aaron? Of all people.
Yeah.
They'd call someone else in her family that's more stable.
So I think it's April's daddy has been calling him, if that's even the case. That's what we were talking about when you took a pee-pee break, is the fact that it's very unlikely that anyone called him, in my opinion.
I ate a cupcake too.
Oh, a pot cupcake, you stoner.
No, it was delicious. It had a little strawberry in the middle. It was delightful.
Gay. That's gay.
No, it's not. It's very, very cool.
B Smiley the third, $5. Pretty antisocial clipped Aaron saying he used to beat his little ween at the radio station. Nobody else caught it.
Gross.
That is hilarious. I will have to check that. I didn't see that on Pretty Antisocial
Copying
Podcast.
Jeffrey Toobin.
And I do watch Pretty Antisocial Podcast, and I like those ladies. Even if everybody named Keanu doesn't.
I don't feel like doing that would make you a bad person. I mean, who hasn't whacked it at work? At least once.
Whack it off.
Jeffrey Toobin did it.
But the problem
he did it
is,
live on camera. That's the big difference.
Yeah, that's bad.
But this says a little ween. That's the problem. I think that's the issue everyone had with it. Is it said he had a little ween.
Was it audible when he did it? Like, was he live on the air?
He was on a Zoom call, work Zoom call when he did it. And he thought the call had ended, the meeting had ended, but he didn't know his camera was still on. And he whacked it.
Is there video of this that exists?
Everybody, we've never seen it, but there is apparently video.
Well, he got laid off for a while because of it.
So it's like the Trump N-word tape. It exists, but we're never going to see it.
Well, it's explicit, of course.
They brought him back, and then he got fired again for it. So
Yeah, he got like temporarily suspended, and then they brought him back, and then he ended up getting fired in the long run anyway, right?
Well, the women of CNN were not having it.
Yeah, that was closer to the Me Too era, indeed. All right, let's bomb through this stuff, or else we're not going to get through it.
Bomb, 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 bomb. Take it away,
B
Garrett.
Smiley the third member for 11 months. Thank you, sir, for being a member for this entire time. 11 months, that's about as long as you could be a member. Thank you. Nobody else clipped it or caught it. Yes, we understood that, man. You didn't have to use up your special membership chat.
Well, you only get one a month?
Yes.
Really? I thought they had an unlimited amount of chats.
Members?
Yeah, I thought they should get more than one a month, though. Really?
Yeah, like one a show would probably make more sense, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like one free super chat a month.
Right.
I mean, that's okay, but
it'd be cooler if we could hand them out ourselves on our own fucking channels and make a. But no, YouTube, you make the rules and we deal with it.
maybe
Thanks
I
a
could knit
lot
them.
for nothing.
I could knit them like some scarves or something like that as a little thank you to our members. You know.
Right.
Thank
B
you,
Smiley
guys.
the third, $2. Thank you, sir. Aaron has had contact with Kayla's family before, correct? Yeah, when they were turning him in and trying to get him in trouble. Yes,
That's fucking weird.
He indeed had. Apparently, he contacted like her stepdad and was like, "Oh yeah, they're all on drugs over there." So that was part of the reason that they ended up getting turned into the police, from my understanding.
That's like Stuttering John type of shit. Stuttering John did that to that Heather W. woman. He was like emailing her father and trying to like create problems in their family and stuff.
Yep,
Calling
Aaron's the
Katie's
same guy.
mom in Paris.
Aaron's the same guy.
That's psychotic and gay.
Well, Aaron was scorned. He was,
yeah.
He was losing his Minnesota beauty, and he got tossed out of a polycule, and he was, all this bullshit about him trying to save them and him trying to do the right thing.
Right.
I don't buy it for a minute. I am thoroughly convinced that Nick took April away, and he was going to do anything he could. If he couldn't get her back, he was going to fuck them over as much as he could.
And he did.
He handled it
in the one way that he could.
He handled it in the worst possible way and the most embarrassing possible way to cause like the most damage to his personal image.
No, man. He saved those kids. What about the kids?
Oh,
Adam?
that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
The kids.
I forgot about the pearl clutching and the kids.
That's the only thing he cared about was the kids.
Right. Which right after all of this came out was the first time Aaron put pictures of his kids out on the internet. That's how much he cared about the kids.
I remember seeing that and thinking that was really weird.
Or the fact that even the very last day that Aaron was at the Ricadas, his kids were there. Imagine that. Kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's better than thou. All right, we got a little bit of cleanup work to do here. The Kino Casino thing, I don't know if you guys paid attention to any of that shit, but it's hilarious. Apparently, Worski and PPP got their own little thing going on. Worski might be out of the Kino Casino business, from what I understand. Like he wasn't on stream. Yeah,
wow.
Shit might be falling apart over there at the Kino Casino deal. But indeed, Aaron had some shit to talk about it today, and then I found this other channel that talked about it. It's kind of interesting stuff. It's all about cocaine and hookers in Las Vegas. So some interesting shit, man. Is Kino Casino falling apart? We shall find out. Nick is banging slam piece. Now that would be amazing. Now that would break the world.
That would be really embarrassing for
Can you imagine? She's
it's probably going to happen
with the other girls.
If Melton predicts it, it's going to happen.
All right, we need that prediction for Melton now. Come out and just say it. Nick is banging. Make it happen. Make it so.
Casino drama. I don't really have any thoughts on it. From what I understand, 2 friends went to Las Vegas and had a pretty debauched time and had a pretty wild vacation full of all sorts of other things. Maybe someone can help me out here. I don't.
Is it kind of coincidental that Aaron also went to Las Vegas and had a debaucherous time, right? Isn't that where they first decided that they might try out a cool polycule?
Well, that's where Aaron talked. This is my whole view of this is Aaron talked April into it because Aaron thought he was the big swinging dick. And what happened was, it's like the old Howard Stern show. Do you remember the first Miss America? Not Miss America. It was one of this guy kept begging Howard to hook his wife up with somebody so they could have a threesome. And then Howard gets it set up, however, that he does that. They have the threesome, and then the chick dumps the husband for the girl. This is that situation to me.
You're saying, yeah. Howard.
Aaron convinced April to get involved in this, to go with this polycule, to do all this stuff, thinking he was going to be the winner. It was going to make him look good. And April fell in love with Nick or whatever they had, and Aaron was the one that got tossed out.
April fell in love with Nick.
Right. And everything after that has been Aaron trying to retain his dignity or get it back or whatever.
Yeah, good
luck. Allie Drew hit that nail on the head too. Like, yeah, I have he said that right off the bat. The Kino Casino thing, I have no thoughts about it, but now I'm going to talk about it for fucking 45 minutes. That is exactly what
Yeah, he thinks he's going to redeem himself from being a cuck in like the right-wing podcasting circles. Yeah, not in this fucking universe.
And yes, G-Rob, Melton has become the DV Oracle. Everything he breathes in air comes true, indeed. Also, someone else here, let me see. I saw something else. Bubble Popper. I'm way behind, but for your information, Toba's on fire tonight about April. We're checking out. And I have a feeling, whatever, we got all the clippers. So after the show, I'm sure I'll go check out, see what happened tonight. I'm curious about that. Always curious about that kind of shit. Also, we are almost finished up here, Adam. I literally was going to play like a minute more of this and then show just a slight clip of the Kino Casino thing, and we're done, man.
Nice.
So, almost there.
See where the scandal is. I really don't. I don't see the scandal on the Andy Worski, PPP went to Vegas and some girls. I don't.
Prostitutes. We're calling
and this was back in June before Andy Worski was sober. They're like, what if Andy did drugs? Well, he probably did. He was still is an addict. I think even Andy would tell you, if you're an addict, you're an addict. You know, one day at a time and all that there. But for the grace of God, go I, cunning, baffling, powerful, all that stuff. But
all right. I won't even comment on that. I don't believe he's in
I'm struggling to see. I looked into it over the weekend. I don't know where the scandal is.
I just noticed that old Johnny Crutches is wearing a Las Vegas shirt as we speak. That's fun. Coincidentally.
They went to Las Vegas. I don't really know. I know a lot of Kino Casino haters were jumping all over it because maybe they like Nick or something. I don't know. It seemed like there was a lot of Nick Kino Casino crossover. And
maybe it's just an interesting story. I don't know. Maybe there's other possibilities. Maybe you're blind hatred for everyone else, and he seems to love those Kino Casino guys. I noticed that.
He certainly hooked his wagon to them.
Yeah,
right. And everything Aaron hitches his wagon to falls apart.
He was so eager to go on their show to try to win them over, and they had zero respect for him.
Seems
just
that
like
way.
It was similar to Jesse. He was really eager to try to buddy up to them, and it didn't go his way.
Yeah, and now he's eagerly buddying up to Joey C and Lou to God. Like now he's making buddies with like anybody. Please, God, be my friend. Please.
It's a pattern. He's lonesome.
Like if he thinks you're going to goof on him, he's not going to be around. But yeah, if he thinks he can own you, for sure he'll show up.
Adam, that's why I think he's never got contacted by the family. I think he is lonesome, and he makes up these stories in his head, and then he comes and spouts them on the air. But I think 90% of what he's saying is Aaron's imaginations, not reality.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, look, no, they're hypocrites. It's like, they're not really hypocrites. I think what people are forgetting is nobody gives a shit if you do coke and fuck people. Nobody really cares. When you do coke and fuck people and there's children involved, that's fucking scummy. Oh, you're part of the two, doesn't that mean you're evil? Yup. Have you been paying attention? Evil as the day is long. Bad guy. Guilty. It should be at least refreshing to hear one person say it. Guilty. Bad guy. Did bad, naughty, terrible things. Shouldn't have done it. Should have been a better guy. Would have had a better life had I not done it. But yeah, it's bad. It's naughty. It's terrible. It's awful.
Jesus Christ, I can't hear that no more. All right, I'm done with that guy. All right, actually, before we move on, just this little video. You guys should go check this out yourself. Google presents Kiwi Farms, I believe is the channel. Not very many subscribers and not much going on there, but they did a pretty good breakdown of this whole Kiwi the Kiwi Farm story of the Kino Casino. So check it out. But yeah, I thought I could just show a little bit of it. Some of the screen grabs, the main points.
Delves in because we are going deep into some seriously messy internet drama today.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Kino Casino?
Of course.
That online show hosted by Andy Worski and PPP?
Right.
Well, get this. Some leaked info from their private Discord has sent shockwaves through the internet.
Wow.
We're talking secret Vegas trips, wild parties, and a whole lot of revelations that have left people speechless.
I can only imagine.
It's crazy. And what's really fascinating here is that these leaks kind of give us like a peek behind the curtain of online content creation. You know, see the relationships between creators like Andy Worski and PPP, their interactions with fans, and the chaos.
Oh, okay. So here's their pay pig, Captain Morgan guy. So he paid for the entire thing, apparently. $23,000. So you were talking about pay pigs earlier, Schmuel.
Yeah.
If you got a pay pig or two, like this is what we're talking about, man. Some of these guys are willing to part ways with $23,000 fucking dollars. Can you imagine?
Crazy.
What do they get out of it, do you think?
The pay pigs? Nothing.
Yeah.
Whatever. Friendship with someone that they like, I guess.
They're going to be lonely or just super fucking bored.
They could erupt when things go off the rails.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, things went way off the rails in this case.
I bet.
To help us break down this digital dumpster fire, we've got our expert here who has been meticulously combing through the threads on Kiwi Farms where this whole saga unfolded.
Okay.
So
Kiwi Farms is an online forum known for its, shall we say, dedicated documentation of internet personalities and controversies.
No, just good information.
It's often ground zero
about
for these
Aaron's
kinds of deep dives
enemies.
into online
That's all
drama.
it is.
Exactly. Okay, so for those of us who don't spend our days lurking in the depths of internet forums,
right?
Like
can you
Aaron,
set the stage for us. What exactly was leaked and who are the key players in this whole mess?
Well, the leaks originated from private Discord messages and in this whole chaotic situation. A Vegas trip funded by a wealthy fan who goes by the name Meadowcore Masochist.
Meadowcore Masochist.
Yeah.
The name itself sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Uh-huh.
So what went
what's
down?
wrong with
Describe
metalcore,
them
man?
Mannish black hookers.
Mannish black hookers. Okay, that's a detail I did not see coming.
Yeah.
And what about PPP? What was his role in all of this?
From what we can gather, KPP was present,
Okay.
but he didn't actively participate.
Oh, wow.
So there it is there. So that I guess that's the main thing is it sounds like PPP likes to watch Worski fucking hookers. It's fucking amazing, dude. This story's gonna get some serious legs, unlike myself. It looks like this might actually go somewhere. This is gonna be fun, especially if there's some more dumps on Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, PPP's always been kind of a weirdo. You know about how he got kicked out of his church because He showed his butthole on his fucking stream, and his trolls like ended up like doxing him and sending the screenshots to his church.
I did not know about the church part. I've actually seen the open asshole, unfortunately, might I say. But yeah, it's disgusting shit. Yeah, I've seen way too many assholes lately. It doesn't matter where I'm at. It seems like I go hang out with the pod awful people. I see wallets going up, assholes. I hang out with the Soup Party Live guys, and they're showing assholes all on streams too, which is insane. So whatever. Yes, exactly. Finally got some Kino. Yeah, we don't really ever cover Kino Casino because there's never been a reason to. But yeah, all these guys are indeed super fucking weird. Indeed.
There's no heroes.
I thought I was tripping. What? You guys are all on acid and shit in the chat?
Nice.
But yeah, so Chris, as you know, we don't need to cover Kino Casino. We got Soup Party Live guys. They do enough crazy asshole showing and etc. that we don't need any more than that. Too much as it is. 3 hour mark. Boom. We hit it, guys. Felted. I don't even know what felted means. Do you guys?
Yes. I learned it at Hackmania.
It means when you get cleaned out off the
It's
table.
a poker. Yeah, it's the poker. Right. When you complete all you got left is felt.
You lose your whole stack. I remember one
That's
time
what
I
I
was
thought.
playing poker with this black dude, and he had like $600-700 in front of him. He was doing okay at the 1-2 table. And then after a couple of hours, he just lost all his money, and he just looks down at the felt, and he just said, "The fat lady sang." Like he just lost all his money. I felt bad for him. But yeah, that's felted.
Yeah, I've been felted a billion times, but I've also won a billion times. That's how poker goes, man.
Yeah.
When you play big, you win big or lose big. And I always played like, I played the jackass game. So I did a lot of bluffing. And every once in a while, you get called when you
gotta
bluff.
sometimes.
and
Oh, I've played
it's
drunk
like,
ass poker.
fuck.
Yeah. You haven't played
yeah.
poker unless you've played shit faced out of your mind and you've lost like $500 to $1,000 in one sitting. What's the longest you've ever played? I played at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut for 21 hours one time. Like I took little bathroom breaks and pot breaks and stuff, but 21 hours, that was insane.
I played like 36 hours in 3 days, like 3 12-hour days in a row.
You do tournaments ever?
Oh yeah, lots of tournaments. I don't like tournaments as much. I'm bad with patience, and hence the bluffing and shit. And you can get away with that stuff way better on a cash game than you can get like in a tournament. You're gonna get called.
Well, when the blinds start to go up, you've got to start making moves.
Yeah,
and
they're gonna make
still
moves.
Have to be
They're forced to.
yeah.
Right. They're forced to play aggressive, whereas on a cash game, you can sit there all fucking day and wait till you get pocket aces. And a lot of people do that.
You ever have dreams of fucking like playing WSOP, playing the main event?
No, I never have. No, I don't think I've ever really dreamed about poker.
I actually went to the WSOP in Vegas in 2017. It was pretty awesome. Like just walking into the room where they film the final tables and all that stuff. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Did you hang around and watch the whole thing?
Not really. I watched a little bit of it. I took some pictures, but I got to meet a couple poker stars. Dan Smith, Sean Deeb.
Yeah, Dan Smith.
It was kind of cool. Yeah.
Recognize that one. All right. Yeah, thank you very much for coming on, Mr. Schmuel Buckman. What do you got going on? What's coming up? Tell people where they can find you.
They can find me at Buckman Schmuel on Twitter and at Schmuel Buckman on YouTube. And I think our next show with my co-host, Mr. Dave Sarah, is Thursday evening.
Nice.
We have to pick the days when BYB is not on.
Yeah, I like that.
Dave will
I
not
like hearing
go
that.
against. Dave will not go against BYB. And the lesson here I've learned tonight is
BYB, like bay. No,
BYB.
you know what I mean, like a bay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry. The lesson here is
The lesson that I've learned tonight is never cross Patrick Melton because apparently it always comes back to get you.
That's right.
That's what's happening to PPP here. Good night, guys. Thank you very much for inviting me, and Good luck. Thanks,
Good
Adam.
night,
Good
Schmuel.
meeting you.
Yeah, nice
Bye-bye.
meeting you too, sir.
Look at that. Dave Sarah said, don't go up against BYB. Boom. Dave Sarah. True brosif. All right. Adam, here's your chance. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm being put on the spot. Follow me on Twitter at Goldstein TV and YouTube at Adam Goldstein TV.
Nice. All right. We're going to wrap it up now, man. I don't know. Seems like you weren't really into the show tonight, man. Was something going on?
What do you mean?
You walked off stage. You went and did this, that, got cupcakes.
What else is new?
You're eating Doritos
I
on
was
stage.
hungry.
I had to fight my whole life. I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with the night light, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I like your fart on fire with my rhymes. You think I won't? I do it all the time. I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. I made out with so many girls. Made out with every girl in the world. I might look small, but I'm not. I don't care if you're big, I'll fight you. Well, I do know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls.